Okay. Alright. Close some things. Oh, actually, wait, because I gotta update my laptop. I just fucking thought about it. Wait. Yeah, I'll do it after. I'll do it after. Let me make sure. I was way too far in. Way too far leaned in. Alright. Let me make sure we're good. Oh, hold on. Okay, you can hear him. Okay, we're good. I think. Yeah, you can hear him. Yo, Paul, thank you. I'm sorry, I was trying to figure out something. Thank you, thank you. How you doing, by the way? Happy Monday evening, everyone. While I'm trying to figure out where my headphones are. Okay, let me make sure we're good. Audio. Boom. Why is my audio in my... Oh. Hello? Hold on. Oh. I think my audio's fried. No, yeah, this isn't muted. Yeah. Alright, let me see them. Hold on. I think I might have I should have probably just updated some stuff beforehand because my stuff is my stuff is doing weird things right now. My stuff is doing weird things. So just going to do this now before I even because I gotta always do this because I can't hear anything. I can't hear anything in my system. Wow. I'm so lost. Where is my audio? I'm so confused. I'm sorry. I'm like trying to really genuinely figure out why I can't hear anything, and I have to really try to figure something out. Cause I think I can hear things in general. Let me see. I'm almost certain I can hear things in general. No, I cannot. Okay. Um. I genuinely can't hear anything. Oh my god. Why can't I hear anything? Okay, so. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Like, I'm so confused right now. I'm so confused. Oh, wait, so it's not even me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What's good, everybody? Um, wait. What's good, Will? What's good? What's good, everybody? Delilah was good. Harry, Paul. What's good, everybody? What is good? What is good? I'm looking forward to. Okay, so it's not even me. I'm sitting here like having a conniption, and it's not even on my end. Like I'm upset. I'm upset. I'm looking forward to WWE Raw. Hope it's good. I hope it's good. Has been the last 2 weeks. Yeah, it definitely they definitely have been on a roll as of late, putting on some pretty good wrestling, some pretty good shows. Hopefully we get Karrion Cross tonight. To be honest, but yeah, I like for the last like couple of minutes, I've been trying to figure out like why I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't hear. I thought I couldn't hear anything at all, but in reality, it's just yeah, I'm trying to figure out where G's audio went because I can't hear anything. There we go. You had it muted, didn't you? I must have because I told you I was trying to figure out the audio thing. That basically meant like they couldn't hear you. That's basically kind of what that meant. Oh no, like oh no, because like I have like an audio thing that I have like a mixer basically. So it goes into the mixer and then it goes to like the stream and everything. So if even if yours is working, if my mixer isn't working, then it won't play anything at all. But yeah, just a little minor hiccup. Wouldn't be a Monday without a little jump scare of sorts. I genuinely thought my stuff was broken. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Because technically my computer has an update too, but I just haven't done it yet. So fingers crossed that it's not necessary. But yeah. Um, what was I gonna say? Just to kind of like go over everything because I kind of glossed over some stuff, and I'm my apologies for that. I glossed over a lot of stuff because I genuinely thought my stuff was broken. But yeah, we did hit 500, and greatly appreciate that. The amount of progress we've made in 2 months, it's insane, and yeah, it's all attributed to you guys. So that is very much uh special. Yeah, like it's yeah, it's something that I kind of had to sleep on really to kind of like let it kind of all digest because like I take everything a day at a time when it comes to stuff like this, and to be honest, I didn't think it'd be at 300 when it was and things like that, but you know that's one thing that I kind of had to get out the way really quickly because obviously that's definitely I don't know why I'm having a brain fart right now, but yeah, those are definitely things of note. But um, I don't know if you've seen it as far as like I think it was one of the dudes that did mocap for like a 2K game. He made a tweet about um like wrestling fandom and like everybody was like mad at him for like the past like 2 to 3 days. I don't know if you've seen it or not though. Hold on, let me find it because it was a tweet about. Let me see. I retweeted it on my other thing. I'm trying to find it. Yeah. There's like a dude that tweeted out about how basically there's wrestling in every like wrestling is more accessible, and if you only watch the WWE, then you're only a WWE fan. And everybody just kind of got mad at him to where he was saying like, "Oh, you can't be a fan of pro wrestling if you only watch one company." And I'm very yeah, basically yeah, because like it was I find it confusing that people were trying to make it seem like he wasn't valid by saying that. It's like it's messed up. Don't get me wrong, but I can't say I'm a movie fanatic and I only watch one movie at a time. Like if I only watch one movie, I can't say I'm like an avid fanatic of movies. I like a movie, but But at that point, but at that point, it's kind of like it puts it in weird light, I guess, in a way. Where it's like if a dude's a basketball fan and he only watches the NBA, it's like granted the NBA is global, but I don't know, it's like a slippery slope type of thing. Cause I can, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Just saying a fan,
yeah,
you can say you're a wrestling fan and not watch every wrestling show or company imaginable, but it's a subjective term. The problem is the people who say they are fans and then comment on things they know nothing about.
yeah. Like that's why I feel like the subsection idea of it is the only reason why I agreed with him. Because for a perfect example, right? I don't know if most people in the chat probably have seen it. Maybe will. No, I know he does like the reports and stuff, but just for anybody that like needs clarification, so like that Backlash, they had LJ Cleary, who is Lyra's fiance. Like he showed up on camera. The things that people have said about that man over the past 72 hours has been very, very not 72, maybe like the past 48. I'd probably say, but like
Oh yeah, like 48 hours. Yeah.
yeah, it's been very, very like it's not even about like things that make sense. It's basically just saying, "Oh, Lyra's more attractive than him. How did he bag?" Like, never mind the fact that he was supporting his fiance. It's about his appearance. And then the Jeff Cobb stuff, as far as people having to ask, "Is he good?" When quote unquote the same people that would ask, "Is he good?" are the same people that say, "Oh, WWE's the big leagues." How do you not know? Like, why are you asking if he's good or not if this is the major leagues? Would the major league sign an
Well,
average player? Probably
plus,
not.
plus, there's also that weird. I'm not even going to say tribalistic because it's not. It's not really a tribalistic thing. But then you've got that subsect of people who are like, oh, but they released all these people and ageism stuff, and why would you cut all these people who are not old, but you bring in Jeff Cobb, who is very, very good, but he's 40. And it's like you just can't win with everybody. You can't make everybody happy. You just can't.
Yeah. But I mean, at that point, I mean, I don't think that's tribal. I mean, that's probably them going off the reports where they were saying like, "Oh, we cut a lot of these people because of age and work
Well,
rate."
no, I'm saying
Yeah,
take away the tribalism stuff, but you've got that subsector like, oh, well, WWE fired a bunch of people, and there's a lot of other people aren't being used, and they're not necessarily older wrestlers, whatever it is. But then you turn around and you bring in Jeff Cobb, who they didn't just sign yesterday. Let's get that out of the way. They didn't just
right.
sign him yesterday, but they don't know how good he is. Okay, fine, he is 40, fair enough, but you don't know how good he is, and it's not, you know, it's just a part. It's part of the business. It's just
Yeah, but at that point, it's like that's where I feel like it kind of
people.
becomes like a slippery slope where it's like getting understanding like like the releases and stuff is a part of it. Like that's all fair and stuff. But I feel like certain times they give this company a lot of outs where if another company did the same thing that they do or have been doing for decades, they would be getting chewed up and spit out because they would be like, "Oh, this spits on the fabric of what wrestling is." But because they've been around for so long, they get away with certain things that I kind of think like, "Okay, well, if the other company did it, that already gets ragged on, even though nobody really has bad things to say about them internally, at least for the most part, from what I've been seeing lately. If they did something like this in mass droves, he still probably wouldn't get a fair shake. But because of the stature that this company is, it's kind of like
No,
a they get
you're
a
right,
pass.
and to be honest with you, given where things are with them right now, they should let a lot of people go because of how bloated that roster is, and they
I mean,
They've
to be, I
had
mean,
all
I
these
mean, I mean, I mean, to be honest though, but
people.
like with them, it's like with them, it's kind of like I think it's like I don't think it's really as bloated as people think it is. I mean, 'cause, like they're splitting it across like 3 shows, maybe four, yeah, 4 shows, and they can work really wherever. But the same thing we can say with the mass releases from the WWE. It's like even with all those cuts, there's still guys on that roster that like they don't really have jobbers. They just have people that aren't winning matches, but they don't have guys that are designated
Yeah,
to
no, it's
lose.
not like it's not. Yeah, it's not the '80s, early '90s where. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not like that.
yeah, because
It's
like they.
just they have so much time and so much airtime and more people than more people coming. It's just
When I met, it's like if you look at like half people on the roster for Raw and SmackDown, even NXT for that matter, half of those guys before guys and women before they got signed were like top commodities around the world, and most of them can barely even like Akira Tozawa, like respectfully, was a major deal in Japan and in the California indie circuit for like years. He can't buy a match right now, and it's like granted, this could just be like the nerd in me, where it's like I know how good half these people are. It's one of those things where it's like we can say the same thing about them. Like half their roster needs to be reset if they're gonna still try to have the like you said the '80s, '90s, or the '80s like mid 2000s mindset of okay, these guys are kind of small in stature, or we can give them a gimmick to make them losing matter or make them losing make sense. It's almost kind of like another like like they get more wiggle room to kind of fuck people over.
well,
If that makes any sense.
it's also this. This is also the same company. This is also the same company that in the '80s, smaller people that could be world champions now wouldn't even have gotten a shot.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and even when they did, you know, VKM wasn't always on 100% on board with it until it just had to happen because it made sense. It was like basically his hand was forced.
Yeah. Cause it's like I forgot. Remember the dude that had like the feud with the Undertaker? I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what the name was. That I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to. I don't want to say the name and then I get it wrong. I'm so confused. I'm not confused, but I'm really trying to figure out like what name I'm trying to figure out like in my mind. It's like he had like the Japanese like scriptures written all over his body. He wore white pants. I can't remember what his
Oh
name.
God, yeah.
Hakushi. Yeah, Hakushi.
Akushi.
Yeah, like Hakushi for example. If he was around now, like aside from the era that he started in, he'd be a hot commodity because the Hakushi was solid. But like you said, like due to the time frame that he was in and him being ahead of his time, stylistically, mainly, he wasn't given a fair shake. And it's like
No,
now, yeah, it's like now where it's like now, as you can say, like now, rosters seem bloated because, or it can seem oversaturated because everybody's good. For the most part, nobody sucks now, unless they just started like like if they're like a year or two in, like okay, you're gonna have some bumps and bruises, but nobody really is like absurdly like unwatchable right now. There's people don't like, but it's harder to kind of have the same pecking order of main guys, mid guys, jobbers, fillers. It's hard to have that same pecking order because everybody's valuable. Just a matter of when they become valuable to like writing.
yep.
Yeah. So I mean,
And and a little bit of mismanagement of TV time, especially. I mean, I know there's the main events and all that kind of thing, but there's also like SmackDown, where SmackDown seems to have a hard time at times filling TV time. Well,
Yeah. So yeah, it's like a weird thing because like I mean I've been seeing like a bunch of stuff on Twitter that goes on in the world of wrestling. Like for most people that don't like look at wrestling Twitter, I wouldn't advise it because trust me, I get headaches looking at what people have to type. Like I even see somebody type like literally tweeted out like to compare Pat McAfee and Nigel McGuinness. At that point, I almost like deactivated. Like this, just certain things. It's like it's a whirlwind for sure, a whirlwind of sorts. But yeah, on to something that's not uh not by semi controversial. Do we know like who's gonna be on the show tonight outside of like? And I know like they got the tag team match and
there's Punk's going to be on. Obviously,
yeah.
we know the Dangerous Alliance. I don't know what they're calling. They haven't given themselves a name. They are going to be on. We have Rhea Io versus Roxanne Julia. We have Creeds versus War Raiders. We have Penta versus Gable, and we have Finn versus AJ.
Ah, Loki not a bad lineup to be honest. I almost
And they'll
forgot half of
be
those, but yeah.
and they're in Louisville tonight, so hopefully that in the past, I don't know about now, but in the past they've been able to do like 20K for a show because well, I don't know. I think this might be a newer place, but I remember in the past when they would do shows in Louisville, they could put like 20K in there. I think this might be a different arena.
Hmm. Like new arena as in like smaller or like just newer and
Yeah, because I think where they used to run shows in Louisville, I remember. I mean, it's been a while, but like when the Undertaker returned in the Rock Triple H Iron Man match, that was like 20,000, 21,000 or something like that. I don't. It's not the same place, but
hmm.
I mean, it doesn't matter if the crowd's hot. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
if it's 10,000 or 18,000. If they're hot, they're hot. It'll be good. It'll be fine. But
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, yeah.
yeah, it's the KFC Yum Center, whatever it's called, KFC Yum Arena or something like that.
The Yum Arena kind of crazy.
I, it's either called the KFC Yum Arena or the KFC Yum Center, something like that. Yeah.
uh, First it was what was the one what was the one Saturday? Like
What? St. Louis?
yeah, like what was it like? I
The
forgot what.
Enterprise Center.
Oh, never mind. Oh, that okay. It wasn't that one. It was like one of them. It was called like the Nuttinger Center or something.
No, that was Friday. That was Friday in
Yeah,
Dayton. It was the Nutter Center or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like these
yeah.
days are getting crazy. Like what's next? The Arby's meat dome. Like what's next?
Don't give any. Don't put that out. Don't put that out there. Don't put that out there. As much as they advertise on TV, don't put that out there because they're either going to sponsor. They're either going to end up sponsoring a PLE or something. Don't. You're going to have WWE wrestlers in Arby's commercials talking about meat. We don't want that. Let's not get too sus. Let's not turn it into something. Yeah.
Now that I think about it, Arby's meat dough probably would bag. I ain't gonna lie. That's filling up hella seats.
That's
What
crazy.
Yeah. But yeah. Just also a quick side note too. For those people that don't check the description, which I would advise to because it's a lot of links down there, type shit. The pages for the channel itself, as far as the Twitter and the Instagram, they are officially added to the description. I think they're the first two links when you go down there, above obviously the ones that are for us. But yeah, finally added those over. Well, probably like a couple minutes before we got on. So Trying to build as many externals as possible. Don't really know about like as far as like the content aspect of it, so still working on that. Cause mainly for Twitter, because I'm not gonna lie, Twitter is like walking a tightrope, like especially with how people don't really read things. It's something I gotta look into. Now that I think about it, we should make a Reddit.
Um,
Well, would
certainly
Reddit be
can.
good? I don't know.
I don't know. Depends. Reddit can be sketchy at times.
Yeah.
What do we got? 1 minute. All right, I'm going to pee. I'm going to pee before so the show can start,
Yep.
and I'll be here. Oh shit.
Also,
Okay,
if you haven't already, what happened?
I just want to make sure I was doing something real quick before I peed. I just want to make sure I wasn't like bent over my ass on the camera.
That shit. But yeah, for anybody that's watching the stream right now, if you haven't already, yeah, like the stream. We greatly appreciate it. I think the last goals have been like the same, so realistically, I don't know. I want to say 10, but it's really up to y'all, honestly. But yeah, if you haven't already liked the stream, also if you're new, subscribe. That'd be nice as well. Road to 1,000 and beyond. So yeah. Oh, the show's about to start. Let's go. Oh, I forgot. I got the tab muted. Hold on 1 second. All right. All right.
All right, just in time.
Also, RIP to Sabu, by the way.
Yeah, that's sad.
Michigan legend, man. One of them ones. I did hear about how they got his final match though. I'm not gonna go into the details of it, but it is not the wholesome story that I thought it was. I'm just gonna put it like that. They did some things to get that match to happen that I don't think they should be proud of. But yeah, aside from that, yeah.
This is Kentucky's largest city, Louisville, home to the late great Muhammad Ali, the country's longest running sporting event.
Yo, the scenery from where they're at is nutty. It's off the water.
Episodic TV show in history.
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw,
That's dope. It is the KFC.
I know what a lot of people like to say about some of the states in the South and Kentucky as a whole. But Louisville's a nice place to live. I mean, you saw that. That would totally be a place I would live, even though it's Kentucky. That would.
That's what like scenically it looks nice, but then it's like once you're in it, it's like a whole different story. It probably is nicer than I think it is, though. Could be.
Yeah.
Champion Rhea Ripley against two NXT upstarts who have shaken up Monday Night Raw the past number of weeks. Roxanne Perez and Julia, tag team, main event, live tonight. Speaking of main events, let's take it back.
Oh, it's the main event. Okay.
Monday Night Raw.
Kentucky is beautiful. Yeah. I probably definitely might have to see it just for scenery purposes, probably.
Yeah, I just think, like a lot of southern states, I just think it gets bad rap because of the beauty of it, because, they're considered a poor state, and parts of it are not as nice.
You don't know how to wield power and control. And while you want to be champion, Seth Rollins has to be champion. Seth freaking Rollins hereby challenges you to the World Heavyweight Championship. You pick the time, you pick the place. Anytime, any place for the World Heavyweight Championship against Seth freaking Rollins. It's on tonight.
Paul Heyman manipulated Jey Uso into taking this match tonight.
I'm not gonna lie, looking back on this episode, like the spontaneousness of him getting a title match was still bonkers to me. Not that Seth doesn't like have the ability to get one whenever, but I mean, just how quickly it happened was like still crazy.
And despite the fact that Jey was a bit manipulated, it still kind of gives him that, hey, I'm a fucking champion. Let's bring it on. That's fine too.
Yeah. Oh, they got the angle of him jumping over the barricade. That was cool.
This group took out Punk and Reigns. CM Punk just cost Rollins the world title. And now there's gonna
Man, CM Punk love these skinny jeans, man. How many pairs does this man have?
I don't know.
Punk is back. Sammy is angry. Uso's still the champion.
But I'm not gonna lie, I do understand like the sentiment that like fans have as far as they get mad when people keep saying there has to be another member because there's 3 people they're going against. As much as it's like annoying to hear, we can't ignore the fact that that literally kind of has to happen. Like, if it's gonna be Punk, Zayn, and Uso, like they're gonna need to make it even.
Yeah. Or some interchangeable, you know, whenever Roman feels like going up there. Yeah, there's gonna be.
Yeah. Cause I feel like the eventual ending of this feud or the eventual ending of this story is gonna involve Sammy. So Sammy's gonna be sticking around. It obviously started with Punk and Roman, so I mean.
Like a decent crowd. Yeah.
Yeah. I think some seats are empty because people like to get something to eat before the show starts. I feel like that's the only thing I'm gonna give them.
The upper area is just not as big as other arenas. That's all.
Yeah. But they do look engaged, so I mean that is a good sign.
Oh yeah, Louisville's a wrestling town, sure. From way back in the day, and then OVW and all that, they're definitely a wrestling town.
Wait, OVW was in Kentucky.
In Louisville, yeah.
Man. I wonder how much them shirts go for.
Is it great to be alive on a Monday night in Louisville, Kentucky, or what?
Let me make sure the
I
audio
am
is
pissed
good.
off, but I am a fortunate man because I can claim this place to being home.
Oh yeah, Punk did do some OVW time.
The dust has settled from WrestleMania, and I've waited a few weeks, and I've nursed a few injuries and a lot of hurt feelings, but I can't shake being pissed off. I got a lot of enemies. In fact, it would be real easy for me to list who I'm not pissed off at right now. But number one with a bullet, number one with a big, fat bullet, the person that I'm most pissed off at right now
Is me.
is me.
What the hell?
Yeah, I'm mad at myself.
Oh, for
Because
trusting.
we've been here before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't the first time Paul Heyman stabbed CM Punk in the back.
Yeah.
Stab me in the back
For
once.
Curtis Axel.
Shame on you. Stab me in the back twice. Shame on me. But that's on me, okay? I like to trust my friends. Paul Heyman, almost 12 years ago, smashed a ladder into my head and gave me 13 staples in my forehead. And we moved past that. At least I thought we did. We've grown and matured as human beings. At least I did. And apologies to Jey Uso, who when I came back to this company warned me about Paul Heyman. But Paul is Paul. He's who he has always been. He's a fat little snake.
See, now what I said wasn't even that harsh now. He
yeah,
said it
while
too.
I'm pissed at him. I'm more mad at myself. And yeah, I'm mad at that little Timu CM Punk Seth Rollins.
A little Timu.
I'm going to get my hands on all of them. What confuses me, Louisville, Kentucky, is that we know how this ends. We've been here before. We've been down this road, all on this journey together. Paul Heyman, you know how this ends. And I can't wait to get my hands around your fat little neck and squeeze you until your eyeballs pop.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Now here it is. Good, good. Where are you at? Where are you at, Penguin? Come on. Yeah. Oh, look at it. You want to mark
Look at him
some
waddling.
purpose? Come into this ring right now and explain to me exactly why you did what you did. And wise man, understand that whatever words you choose, they will be your last. Come on.
I guess he's wearing black tonight. I'm just gonna start guessing his color palette based off the Titantron at this point. I know it's brown. I'm colorblind.
You're just a song, kid. That's all you are. At some point, the bell's gotta ring.
I will say this, though, at least, now he's kind of in this new persona, in this new thing, he is toning it down with...
Oh yeah, the fits make more. Yeah, the fits make more sense now. It's not like loud fur, big red boots type of. It's more serious. He looks like a He looks like a Milky Way.
Okay.
Just when I think
Oh yeah, Kentucky. Yeah, see it. This is what we like to see.
any more selfish or any more egotistical, you find a way to top yourself.
He's finally getting booed.
Well, it's CM Punk.
This
If it was
man,
another person, he might still get some tears, but it's
Heyman
Punk.
was your best friend.
You talk down to Punk, you get booed.
Your best
Yeah.
friend.
And Heyman.
you
And add
made
Heyman,
his life
too.
hell on the road to WrestleMania, and now you are out here in front of the entire world, gaslighting all of us, trying to make us believe that he betrayed you. You make me sick, Punk. This man believed in you. For years, he believed in you when no one else did. You know what I believed? I believe that you're scum. I believe that you're trash. I believe that you are human excrement. And my belief was the right one. And just when I think, man, just when I think that I can't hate you any more than I already do, you stand there in that ring,
the reason that I am not World Heavyweight Champion right now.
You ain't ever gonna be champion as long as I'm on 2 feet.
Oh, how the roles have reversed.
Uh-huh.
It's not so good getting screwed out of championships, huh, Seth?
Nope.
What is your deal, man? You love punishment, you love suffering, you love being on the wrong side of history? Is that what's going on here? I can't seem to figure it out. I can't seem to Paul, wait a minute. Wait. I get it. He loves to play the victim.
This dude Braun over there seething.
He loves to come out here and boo,
Yup.
cry me a river. He loves poor CM Punk, right?
Oh wow, cry me a
Poor
river.
CM Punk.
I see what they did
you
there.
You so desperately want to be a victim, Punk. You so desperately want to die a martyr. Well, I believe that can be arranged. I hope you have prepared your last words.
Rollins sending Breakker to the ring for a confrontation.
You're gonna bark all day, little doggy. You're gonna bite.
And Punk now wastes a little time going after Breakker with a microphone. And Punk and Breakker now.
Oh
And
snap.
the fight is on. Breakker has become the powerhouse for Rollins and company. Seth just looks on as Breakker now begins to annihilate CM Punk.
Yo, Seth, you gotta stop, dog.
Rollins warned Punk.
This man had a trench coat over the dress coat, bro.
And now takes down Rollins.
I mean, it's still better than it was before.
Taking it to Seth tonight, and Braun Breakker,
Yeah,
though,
cover-wise,
has
yeah,
almost
but
touches up
it's
the
still
front.
ridiculous.
But I mean, even considering what he was dressing like in general before with big puppy shit and people joking like he was taking stuff out of Becky's closet, although Becky wouldn't dress like that, but still, the jokes, it is toned down a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Breakker,
Sammy's in there. Oh.
power, but
Oh.
just tosses Sammy across the ring.
T-bone.
And the fight now between Rollins and Punk continues. 2-on-1 situation again. Breakker punishing Punk. Rollins asking Heyman to hand him a steel chair. They're about to assassinate Punk in the middle of the ring.
Wait, what the heck?
The
Oh!
world champ is here. Main event Jey Uso. Payback for last week.
Oh, wait, hold on.
And Breakker back into
The
fray.
prophecy might actually be possible.
And Rollins living,
Dang, he drove his head into the
angry.
mouth.
Zayn with a chair. Punk with a chair. Rollins and company scrambling.
Now that I think about it, in a weird way, sadly, actually, I'm not gonna do it. Never mind. I'm not gonna bring it up. I don't think it. I was gonna say like maybe they could do like a slight potential thing where it's like
You can seemingly ask
Logan
for
has like a
questions.
temporary alliance to
Seth
the
Rollins
group,
bit off a
like
big
not
more
like he
than can
joins,
chew.
but like
This new trio
maybe a
Rollins,
temporary
Breakker,
alliance
Oh, just
because they all have the same
because of
goal.
Jey.
some major
With the Jey.
issues and
Yeah,
obstacles as a
but I don't think they
resistance
will because I mean they both want to be champion.
However, you have to wonder.
I
if
mean, they
the
could do something like.
has more for his game plan.
I mean, I would
Well,
think
ladies and
with
gentlemen,
Money in
we
the
wanna
Bank
take you
that
back to
some
Backlash
these
this
guys
past
were
Saturday
involved,
night.
but if they
Penta
didn't, they could
versus
actually do
Dominik
something
Mysterio
more
for the
like,
Intercontinental Championship. Judgment Day tried to get involved.
you know, they
and
have
got
a
ejected, but then from out of nowhere, El
almost
Grande
going back to.
Americano
I
with
don't want.
another
I'm not
point
saying
behind his
exactly like
mask.
the
Took
beginning
out
of the
Penta
NWO,
and
but
allowed
like
Dirty
in the
Dominik
vein of it,
to
where like
retain
it's a
the
6-man tag. It's the three of them against Braun, Seth, and whoever, and nobody comes out to the end, and the third member shows up, and it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And now
win.
Penta wants some payback.
I mean, obviously with Jay and Logan in 2 weeks at Saturday Night's Main Event, they can't do it then. But
Right.
maybe Money in the Bank. The problem is, I would think.
You would
of
think
all
one
those
of
guys,
you would think someone would have to be involved in the briefcase.
Somebody's got to be involved in that, yeah.
Yeah.
Although, like, technically, they could all be involved in the lead up to who's going to be in the match, and they can all screw each other out of the shot. But then, who's going to be in the match?
Yeah. I do have ideas for Money in the Bank, though. Probably won't happen that way, but I do feel like they have potential to like make a really good Rising Stars Money in the Bank if they wanted to.
For the second time in a month, Penta was this close to winning the Intercontinental Championship before interference by the Judgment Day, and then this past Saturday.
Oh, Chad Gable's here.
A lot to this story because Penta takes on Gable. It's next.
You know, it's crazy. We low-key missed Chad Gable in St. Louis, you know, on Saturday. Like, it was very tragic. At least he's here tonight, though.
Hey, do you guys want to do a little spot?
Jamie wasn't there.
Yeah, I could be into it.
Yeah. But yeah, solid opener. Very, very
I
solid.
can think of somebody who could be in. If he's going to be back, I can think of somebody who could be in the match.
Who,
And I
Bronson?
think he might be back. Yep.
That's definitely a very good possibility.
I wouldn't hate Bronson with the briefcase, honestly.
Yeah. Because if I had to think right now, I feel like at least one of the two guys that returned would be in it.
Bronson did join the Bloodline 2.0 against Roman, but he wasn't Bloodline, so he wouldn't be a terrible fit with these two either.
I mean, he did try to kill Seth, though. Unless Seth kind of sees a bigger picture. That's like the weird thing about Seth. It's like low key. It's not many people that like. It's like outside of like Braun, because I don't think he really ran into Braun yet that I can recall. Like, there's not many people that it's like, oh, like he has either tried to take them out or they haven't tried to take him out. Outside of like, I mean, the theories and maybe like.
I mean, but you know, Bronson had his thing with Seth, but like, you know, you could say like, hey. He joined up with him, so like, you know, he earned Seth's respect. So Seth talked him into like the idea for the future. You know what I mean? It's pretty simple booking.
Essentially,
like,
yeah. Because
Seth respects him.
I feel like inevitably this will end with similar to kind of like I really think of this as like it's like an evolution type thing where like this is like Seth's way of giving back, where at least two other people can be made like stars. At the expense, kind of, it sounds crazy to say it like that, but at the name of Seth. And I think Braun will probably be the one to beat Seth, and then there probably might be one other person that could potentially eventually go to SmackDown and be like, oh, well, you know, I'm stepping out of the shadow, and then eventually they become the WWE champion.
Well,
but it's all a matter of who
beat him. I'm still on the train that Seth's going to be world champ
by next year.
Mania 42, and he's going to lose to Sammy. I feel like that's just it's growing towards that.
Oh yeah, like it'll probably take so I think Batista it took 2 years. Yeah, I think it took like 2 years before Batista got his Mania match.
But that could go with your theory. That could blend in with your theory because then if you have cracks in the group, Seth loses to Sammy. Right?
Yeah.
Braun goes after Sammy and beats him for the title. I'm not saying immediately, but Braun goes after Sammy and beats him, and Seth becomes jealous of Braun. There's the cracks, and then you sort of have mentor-mentee, sort of a la Triple H Batista, but Braun goes over.
Yeah. That would be more the Orton path. Like in the beginning where it was like Orton beat the Canadian guy. And yeah, so when he beat him, Triple H got jealous, and eventually it led to, you know, him getting kicked out. That could be a possibility, and then the other guy stays. Oh, snap. Boy, that boy getting active.
Revenge here tonight. I'm Michael
But yeah.
Cole. Supposed to be joined by Pat McAfee. He's expected at some point, of course, after that vicious, well, ask and I shall receive. My partner's here.
I'm about to say I know he's healthy because he was streaming. He was streaming earlier for his show, so I know he was feeling somewhat
Yeah,
good.
he was showing off the marks on him.
Yeah.
Well, better late than ever. Pat McAfee
Look, you know that man's
returns
chest
to
probably
Monday
looks
Night
like
Raw after an
straight
absolutely
tomatoes right now.
valiant battle
I was gonna say like
against
ground
Gunther
beef.
This past Saturday
Ground beef.
at Backlash.
Yeah.
Welcome, partner. Good to see you. Great ovation by capacity crowd here in Louisville tonight. Chad Gable's a bit upset, but welcome back, Pat.
Hey, it is an honor to be here. I just got done with WWE Medical. They have cleared me to be back in the medical bowl, or in the WWE bowl, I apologize. They asked me a lot of questions on how I felt. I said I got my ass beat this weekend in a fight with the Ring General. And they cleared me to get started, so I'm
shout out
sorry
to
I'm a little
Pat,
bit late,
man.
but what a perfect time to arrive.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm sure the audience didn't appreciate me doing the first 20 minutes of the show by myself, but nonetheless, welcome aboard. It's Penta and Gable
Pat
here
just
tonight.
adds
We'll
energy
talk
to the
plenty
show,
about the
man.
Goat
I don't know what it is
situation
about Pat.
later on in the show, but let's talk about this here. It's interesting that Gable is standing
Yeah,
up for
getting to these
Americano
grabs.
tonight. It was
They starting off hot and heavy.
challenged by Penta after
Pause.
he cost Penta the Intercontinental title on Saturday. Apparently, El Grande is on a tour of Mexico, which I find is weird since he's also Chad Gable, and Chad's here tonight.
No, Chad Gable
I'll
is
allow
clearly not El Grande Americano. How would he be able to?
Oh, El
be here
Grande's
on
in
a tour of
Mexico. Hey,
at the
shout out
same
to
time?
bro.
Michael Cole, use that brain of
Getting his
yours.
training in.
Chad
Oh,
Gable
yeah?
said he'll step up for this
Yeah.
exclusive because he wants to fight Penta.
Well, also remember, Chad
I guess
had
Cole said,
major
you know,
issues
it's
in the
ironic that
past
he's in
year
Mexico
trying
when
to
he's
knock
Chad,
out
but I mean,
Luchador's
I don't know. I
collar.
mean,
Hook to the leg now on Penta.
I've never seen them both in the same
So
place. I
can
mean,
Gable
I don't
win
know.
I don't think Louisville wants Chad Gable to win. I think they want Penta
Well,
to
there
pick
was
up
that
the
one
dub,
time.
obviously. Chad Gable is going to have to do a lot, but that's what he
Oh,
wants
yeah,
to
you're
do.
right.
A way to beat Luchador.
Yeah, I
Probably
remember.
that's why he has so much
Yeah.
respect for El Grande
But for that
Americano.
one moment in
Gable is
time.
playing Clark Kent as opposed to the Superman El Grande is he doesn't have a mask to hide that steel plate in, so it doesn't give him an advantage in a matchup against another luchador.
Yeah, obviously you're talking about two different people still at this time.
And look at this now, back suplex
That's
by
Chad Gable.
Gable.
But you see,
Up
Chad Gable don't need no
on
metal
Penta,
plate.
hook to
He's
the
got
leg.
some suplexes.
Kick out at 2.
El
Shades
Grande
of Kurt
Americano,
Angle.
a different human, but probably proud of what Chad Gable is doing right now to Penta.
It's interesting that neither of these men have held a singles championship in WWE. Although El Grande Americano is the, brand new speed champion.
Well, Grande Americano, speed is a good way to describe his ascendance to the top, seemingly. El Grande Americano is a superstar. No
Oh, yeah,
ifs,
did you
ands,
know
or
that,
buts
though?
about it. Currently on a world tour. I'm sorry,
What?
a tour of Mexico.
That El Grande has the speed title.
Chad Gable's in here trying to earn his way to the top as well.
No,
Penta, very
actually, I didn't.
recent.
Oh, look at Gable trying to take the mask
Oh,
off.
snap. He's trying to
You'd
unmask
think
him.
that Gable would learn after all the studying he's been doing, and he wears a mask as well. That
Is he
is
biting him?
Chad Gable, not El Grande Americano. Enough of this. Chad Gable is very disrespectful right now to the luchador community.
Well, he is as he's trying
So we're gonna
tries
get
to rip the mask off Penta, and Penta able to
Penta
fight
El
back.
Grande mask
The
versus
tradition
mask.
and the legacy of the mask means so much to the luchadors.
That would be a nice
Behind
idea.
fire with a deep arm drag to Gable.
Yeah.
Gable misses wildly. Nice rana by Penta and sends Gable outside the ring.
This is the Penta experience that you dream about whenever you buy a ticket for a WWE event.
I like that Penta experience.
Zero, Miedo,
Logical,
Zero, Afiro.
I don't know when.
Launches himself up over the top, and
yeah.
Gable
The diving headbutt.
Torpedo like headbutt.
didn't need any metal that time.
Oh, damn.
That was an El Grande Americano headbutt. I'm just saying.
Hey, man, they probably training together for real, you know?
NBA player.
Yeah, yeah.
Game recognizes game, you know?
After all,
Sure.
I am the league's greatest rebounder.
Yeah.
Ain't that right,
They're
Church
they are
TPT?
definitely training together.
Well,
That
top
is
five for
that is
sure.
factual information. Yes.
Man.
What about scoring?
Look, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, that's a fair, it's a fair exchange. You know, El Grande teaches Gable to headbutt, and then Gable helps him with his suplexes. I feel like that's a pretty, you know, good partnership. Pretty fair and viable partnership. I'm gonna check some things real quick, make sure we're good.
Oh, but just on a non wrestling note, the NBA's rigged.
Oh God. Oh, you talking about number one?
Huh?
You saw who got the #1 pick?
Yes.
Yeah, the team that had no reason to even like. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it either. To be honest, like they weren't even in contention to be the worst team in the NBA. They were in the play-in, and somehow they got #1. I don't know how that works. How that works, I have no idea. Then plus, given the circumstances of like what they did to their last superstar, why would you give them another one?
I don't know.
Like that's like the Cavs
Pity.
trading Prime Braun. You saw what?
Pity.
Yeah.
Pity to keep them relevant.
It's like if the Cavs had Prime Braun and traded him because they was like, oh, Braun's got too many muscles. We don't know if he can, we don't know if he can still shoot and everything. And then it's like next thing you know, the Cavs is the #1 pick for like 04 or 05 or whatever. It's like or for 03 or 06 or something. It's like how on earth can we reward a team who got rid of their best player?
True.
Like,
I mean, I will say though, I don't. If healthy, I don't hate the Cooper AD pairing. I don't hate it, but it shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, really see a lineup of like, that's a good lineup for him to come into. I mean, Kyrie, Clay, him at the 3, AD and Gafford. I mean, it's a safety blanket. Like, it's not the worst lineup he could go into.
Yeah, but Kyrie's gonna miss how much of the season?
Oh yeah, Kyrie is missing time. Yeah. Okay, so mainly just Clay and AD will probably be who he plays with, at least the majority of the time. Yeah, either way, I feel like it still has some high spots to it.
Over 11,000 here tonight in Louisville. Very vocal.
I think the Hornets should have got it, but I mean that's besides the point.
One-on-one here tonight. And Penta has been in trouble really from the beginning of this matchup.
I
Yeah,
feel like him and Ball would have been money.
I kind of said something like, "Oh, what happened if they rig it for San Antonio? This is San Antonio had, San Antonio could be back and have like."
And Ivy Nile
Coop and
realizing
Wemby.
now that Chad's in trouble.
With De'Aaron.
And then theoretically they trade everything else for fucking Giannis. That would be scary.
Oh God.
They're trying to find a second.
Oh, Penta putting in that pain though.
Look at the athleticism right to the midsection of Gable. Cover by Penta. And an air fall.
There's things that Penta can do that nobody else on earth can. It's captivating. It's physical. It's impressive.
It's amazing
Man,
how
sensational.
quickly he's adapted to the WWE. His comfort levels.
I like how my mic just slowly kept moving away from my face this entire time. Like I didn't realize how far it moved out of my frame.
Caught by Gable with that waist lock. And Gable turns it into a suplex bridge.
Delayed German.
Kick it too.
So impressive what Chad Gable was just able to accomplish. Obviously, he catches
See now,
Penta
Grande needs to
out of
work
the
on his
sky like
bridging.
he was a
That's
football.
where Gable can
we
come
say
in.
it a lot, but pound for pound, one of the strongest men on the roster.
And the German suplex with the back bridge, he landed on the top of his head. Unbelievable.
Now Gable
See,
heading up to the
now
top
this
rope.
is how it should be. You got
Penta!
And Penta, oh goodness!
a hot opening segment. The segment that didn't take too long, and they go right into some crap.
Man.
Oh.
What a move!
What a
Made it to the
reversal
OMG
here. Chad
moment.
Gable trying to get the headbutt yet again. Penta, code breaker.
Man.
From the sky.
Cracked his code.
What a fight here.
Yeah, what an incredible matchup between two of the top superstars today.
Weird side note though, I hope one of these two has like a main roster title by the end of the year. They really like, I feel like Chad deserves it. Wait, like it's more urgent for Chad than it is for Penta because Penta will eventually get there. But by the end of the year, it needs to happen for one of them. Oh,
But still able to get his balance. Looking to deliver a backstabber here, but Gable's hanging on.
man, look at the grip strength.
Gable able to shove Penta away. Gable quickly now up to the top rope. Chad moonsault.
Oh,
Caught him for the win.
nice little
Hooks the
moonsault.
leg. Kick out by Penta. But Gable
Oh, right into the
turns
ankle
an
lock.
And
Oh.
Penta sends him across the
Gable's
room.
pro. Gable's pro.
Slip from Penta and Chad Gable almost
Man.
ended it.
Off the super
Big
kick.
super
He
kick.
literally,
Penta slipped
basically,
on the
literally
bottom
is
rope,
like,
and Chad Gable capitalized. I don't know how Penta was
Might
able
as well
to
be
kick
Kurt
out, let
Angle's
alone
kid.
reverse this
Like,
entire
he's
thing with a
just-
super kick. Chad Gable
Oh,
with a
that
picture
storyline
perfect moonsault.
should have been him.
he's Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Floating through the sky with complete control,
And
Penta
to be honest
somehow
with you,
kicks
it
out,
should
and
be a
then
storyline
delivers
where,
a super kick that sent Chad Gable
like,
to the
American
other
Made
side of Kentucky.
eventually
Penta
not
is
the,
about to
becomes not a thing anymore, and
make
Gable
Gable
is mentored
pay.
and managed by Kurt Angle. Take him to the net. Take him to that level.
He's going for the sacrifice. Gable able to pick
Oh,
the
right back into the ankle lock.
And drag Penta back to the middle of the ring. And you got to wonder, Penta looked like he may tap there. Trying to drag himself to the rope to force a break.
I feel like he
And he
probably
has
would want to do
tapped
that
to this
though. That'd be
move.
interesting for Kurt to do.
Uh-oh, pressure's on. Penta trying to somehow get out of this predicament.
Into the ring.
Able to do that. Turns it into a pin.
Oh, roll up.
And a kick out at two.
Inside cradle, Chad Gable.
Almost had him. Down goes
Oh.
Penta again.
Just a
Cross
double
chop.
to the throat. Whenever all else fails, says Chad Gable.
Yeah, Gable's so resilient and quick.
And spiteful. I mean, there's a lot of things about him that make you believe he's impossible to beat, but many have somehow.
Heading up to the top rope now. Penta trying to fight back. Body shots to Gable.
It's the high rent district.
Uh-oh, mouthing off. Not
Oh,
sure
wait.
that's right.
Zero fear from
Oh!
Penta. Lands on
Okay,
his feet.
Chad.
Are you kidding?
Okay.
Michigan Destroyer drops Gable on his head for the win.
Wow, what a finish. Hey.
That was absolutely incredible.
That was hard.
Penta just
That was
spiked
hard.
Chad Gable's head into the middle of this ring like he was George
Moonsault,
Kittle
well,
spiking a
backflip off
football.
the top rope into the Mexican
Tell me
Destroyer.
about this.
From the top rope, a Mexican Destroyer. And that thing
Pros.
planted Chad Gable into the
I'm not gonna lie
soul.
though.
Penta with a
I do
massive
hope
win
they're not getting rid of the
here on
Penta
Monday
driver.
Night Raw.
I mean, the Mexican Destroyer is good. Don't get me
Number
wrong,
one,
but
Chad Gable still has major issues trying to beat Luke
Yeah, but
George.
now they're kind of
Two,
getting it.
Chad Gable should stay
You
under
know,
the
in
mask
general,
as El Grande
amongst
Americano because
not just him,
El
but
Grande actually wins.
with his brother,
I
maybe a
think we
couple
learned
others,
that El
getting it
Grande
over
and
as
Chad
like
Gable, two different
a
people. Chad
finisher.
Gable takes the O tonight to Penta.
It could be a finisher, not
Shout
just.
out Zenomatic.
yeah.
We're like he can both of them. You know that narrative where both of them
The
can win
Prodigy
with
and the
multiple
Beautiful
moves, not
Madness
just
take on
the
the
signature
Genius
finish.
of
There
the
could be
Sky
others.
and Rhea Ripley. And I think we've made it very, very clear that this division isn't safe anymore.
All right, little vignette, promo package.
奴らが強いのは知ってるけど、うちらは腹が減ってんだよ。順番待ちするためにここに来たんじゃない。すべてを乗っ取るため。
And that means going after the two women at the very top.
Yeah, well, so far they're off to a good start.
Rhea? We don't give a damn about your history because we're here to make our own. You are all looking directly at the future of this industry.
And the future starts tonight.
Two of the hottest up-and-coming stars in this business. Roxanne Perez and Julie
I like it.
will take on the
Yeah,
current
straight to the
women's
point.
world champ, the former
Here to make an
world
impact.
champ, Io Sky,
Starts
Rhea
tonight.
Ripley. Main event tag action live tonight on Netflix.
That match is gonna bang.
Yeah, I do also like the fact that, like, I mean, it was a good change of pace because I mean, Roxanne can do the English, but I mean, I feel like that's why I feel like most of the wrestlers could do like. I guess subtitles is kind of crazy in most cases, but I mean, sometimes their promos just sound better in their native language.
Yeah.
Like that promo hit as far as like how like the emphasis on like taking over and stuff was. And then plus Julia's visuals are really really good. Like as far as she almost describes what she's saying as she speaks, which also can convey the message a lot better too. So I like it. It's a good touch. Now the real question
And if
is,
she's, I mean, and the look and the hair change definitely is like, okay, that screams heel to me.
yeah, what's wrong with braids? Wait, hold on.
Nothing. I'm saying it's a good look. For it. If she's gonna be a heel, it's a good change. That's what I'm saying. It's a good.
That's kind of crazy. You said
positive
you
thing.
said braid screams bad guy. I'm like, hold on. Hold on.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, like she's a heel.
She could have been bad with the straight hair. So no, so stop. But yeah, this is a
I'm not doing it, and I'm not taking the bait.
yeah.
I'm not taking the bait.
Yeah. Point is, I mean, I just really want them to announce the draft. Like honestly, that's really what I'm waiting on at this point. Because I feel like obviously, inevitably, at least for Roxanne. To be honest with Julia, I kind of am confused. I mean, obviously they didn't really need like NXT runs like her or Stephanie. But since they like made their stop there, it's kind of like oh well, when do you fully transition the three of them? While Jordan Grace kind of comes in a little bit later.
I don't know because it's gonna be hard. It would be hard for them to do with all the stuff they got coming up because they got Saturday Night's Main Event in 12 days. You got Money in the Bank next month. You got the Worlds Collide thing. You got the Night of Champions is at the end of June. So like in the next 6 weeks, you got a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's like they're very restricted, and then SummerSlam's in August, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like that's probably like the only time, like maybe after SummerSlam you can do it. Which I mean,
and unfortunately, Night of Champions is in Saudi Arabia. It's not in the States, so it means they gotta travel for that. That's gonna be. I mean, maybe right after that, before SummerSlam, possibly, because you have a little break.
It is a very hard hassle, not hassle, but a hard sell on like when they'll do it. But
I mean, technically they don't technically have to. They could change the format and do something different, but
yeah. I mean, granted, it's like 50-50. Because, I mean, like, to be honest, they have had it with, like, Fraxium, where, like, they just basically said, like, oh, they lost their titles, and they just, like, Nick Aldis just signed them to a contract. They could do it like that, too, but, I mean, it all depends.
And like I've said before, like, like, earlier in the year, they did the transfer portal. They could just do that a couple times a year instead of a draft or have a transfer portal where people could just switch.
Yeah. They got custom bats? The Louisville Slugger.
I mean, we can hang out if you want. You know what I mean? Get some of here or something. We use your credit card.
This man Carlito is shooting from the logo.
Please tell me she misses me as much as I miss her.
Yeah, she misses me. And her movie's going great. Only thing was, she said good morning, but it's nighttime here.
Dom. This can't be the first time you've heard about time zone. Come on, please.
I don't really care, but... Hey, Finn, can I talk to you for a sec?
Of course. Doesn't know what time zone.
So, at Backlash, you hesitated a little bit with the chair, and it almost cost me the match. If it wasn't for Grande, you know...
Whoa, easy, partner. You're starting to sound all paranoid, like Damien and Rhea. Remember what they were like when they were champions? All right, look, it didn't go smooth, but everything worked out, and you're still the champ. And besides, tonight, I'm going to take care of AJ Styles for you.
I know you are.
All right? I'm going to go get ready.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Got you.
Dom, we gotta show you this.
Yeah, you saw that meme, bug? Hold on.
This is Earth, we're here, and this is Liv. Okay? 13-hour difference. See?
So that's Liv.
Did they explain to him Earth's orbit? Are we serious right now?
I'm glad you're back. It's great to be here, man.
I'm not gonna lie, two things. Them explaining to him how like Earth rotates is actually kind of funny. But two, Dom did look at him kind of stank. I ain't gonna lie to you.
ring general, Gunther.
Like they've been exchanging like those like size up looks, cause even like at Backlash, Finn did it while they were celebrating. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of liking the slow burn now. It's starting to make more sense.
Yeah, you just can't burn it too much longer though. The hints of the breakup have been months and months. Like you gotta the burn is better now than when it started, but like when are you gonna pull the trigger?
Yeah, but I mean I don't know. It was like a build up. I feel like for all three of them, to be honest. Like Rhea's wasn't immediate, Damien's wasn't really immediate. I feel like that's like just their trend at this point. Oh man.
Oh yeah, you know what? There is something in July. I forgot they had something in July.
Wait,
Saturday night's main event. Saturday night's main event, in Atlanta. That might be where we see Goldberg and set up Goldberg Gunther SummerSlam. I mean, it's just a whatever on a weekend. I'm not saying it's like a major deal or anything, but
Man, I mean,
like the draft and when. I mean, you could do it after in July.
At least we'll get another month in between before we have to see what they do eventually.
Well, like I said, you could do it where, like, you know, McAfee gets jumped again because, you know, he's going to end up leaving for college football, and that's SummerSlam time around there where he's going to have to go for that. You could have him get bopped again, and then basically, like, Goldberg shows up at the Saturday night's main event. Gunther has a match, whatever it is, and Goldberg shows up to try to put a stop to it and challenges Gunther. Gunther says no, and then eventually says, "Okay, fine, I'll agree, but if I win, your career's over. You're done."
Obviously, for what you just saw, and from what you just saw, the WWE. Thank you.
Come on, stand up.
Thank you, man. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Very cool. I wish I had one of those Louisville sluggers that they make around here to help me out. That's what it felt like, kind of hitting me in the chest there. So everything you saw, my family saw, all my friends saw, and the WWE medical saw. And then when they get their hands on me today to see how I was feeling before they let me back out here, and they asked me how I was doing, I said everything's sore. Okay, my back's sore, my shoulder's sore, my knees are sore, my head's sore, my mind's sore. I got bruises on me still, on my collarbone. I'm bruised up. He hit me so hard in the chest that he popped a blood vessel in my damn eye, Cole.
Oh, wow.
Gunther beat the hell out of me, but I think I gave him some back. And I obviously have massive respect for everybody that steps foot into that ring. I have a lot of respect for Gunther, even more so now. And I think he has a little bit for us as well, as he showed afterwards. So I appreciated the opportunity, and Gunther's a bad man, Cole, and it was an honor to be there.
Pat, thank you again, and why don't we
I don't think so bad.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if Gunther more or less like, at least historically, like he respects people in the ring. So it's like after Pat got in the ring and like really got in there with him. I mean, if Gunther really didn't like rock with him, he probably would have choked him out again, or didn't like respect him in some way.
Like him, but he can respect the fact that he got in there and fought.
Yeah.
Knowing he was going to lose and took the beating.
I found out earlier today that the tag champs were once again going to grace us with their presence here at commissary tonight. Because coming up next, the War Raiders take on American Made. This match is presented by Total Wireless.
This dude Woods always yelling at somebody kid, bro. I'm tired of this. But let me see. While I got some time, I'm gonna get this thing really quickly from downstairs. I'll be back, chat.
So, Chad, how's it going? Since we're in a commercial and he's not here, what are we doing? What's everybody doing? Yeah, I figured they were going to do that. Oh, Terry, you working? Okay. Okay. So a little seed of doubt in them. That makes sense. Well, Terry, we're glad you're using your distraction from work to watch us. Creed's in control here, and New Day doing their New Day thing, arguing. I really want Big E back, man.
Oh snap! Ah.
Got a solid segment, little segment there before the mismatch started.
Okay.
Official Saturday night's main event: Punk and Sammy against Braun and Seth, and then Sammy and Punk in the locker room basically talk about trust issues and whatnot. It's like, hey, look, War Games worked, and we both want to do what we want to do, and they're in our way, so we need to do things together to take them out. It's basically like, we good, yeah, we good, fist bump, but they don't totally trust each other. So I like that little bit of psychology.
Interesting. What's good, Tech?
We're not gonna do that OTC stuff when he ain't around. Nope.
Battle one's up. Oh, thank you.
Oh, is he still your tribal chief? And no, he ain't here.
He's everyone's tribal chief. He's mine, yours, Tuck's, everybody's. Facts. You don't want to acknowledge him though. Well, let me check this pot real quick.
What is my tribal chief? Nah. You know what, Tuck? You know who the real tribal chief is? Not just WWE, but like everywhere. You know who the real tribal chief is? Me. Acknowledge me. I'm the tribal chief.
How did any saunas in here? All right, there we go. We're back. All right, there we go. Oh, also, I seen the distraction thing though. Glad we could be of service while you're on your shift.
Oh, for sure.
Where are we at? Also, I think the last time I checked, we were at 5, I believe. I think we're at 5. Oh, no, we're at 6 now. Okay, 6 likes on the stream. Greatly appreciate it. For anybody that's like, if they're new, well, if you're new or stopping in, hit that like button if you haven't already. Greatly appreciate it. I'm also gonna miss. I miss like a decent, not like a decent chunk, but I missed some of this tag team match. I mean, I feel like it's probably been like their usual shtick, to be honest, but and somehow I have a. I don't remember good.
Three brothers of American made, and Ivar flattening Julius there, the current tag champ, the New Day, with us at ringside, scouting potential competition.
That big bone splash getting him.
Splat! Ivar's flying around, beating the hell out of American made.
Cartwheel. Whoa!
Oh, what a spin kick.
My 7-year-old does gymnastics too.
Your 7-year-old doesn't look like that.
No, he definitely doesn't.
We don't get rounds of applause like this. He does a cartwheel, the whole place is going nuts.
Well, he weighs 330 pounds.
Again, not to be celebrated.
Oh, man, that's an issue.
Oh, but is this the doom salt? That is incredible. Oh, no, warm up.
I don't know why you're making fun of a guy who weighs 330 and moves like
330.
he weighs 200.
Nimble, like a ninja. Ivar, speaking
For a second there, I thought he was thinking moonsault. I'll be like,
That's athleticism right there. Look at that.
Yeah.
This is impressive.
Can Ivar do that?
National champion. Oh, my God.
Off the superplex, Brutus Creed. Cover for the win. Kick out.
There we go.
Toughness of the War Raiders.
It's so crazy that they can be as big as they are doing flips like that.
As you see, the War Raiders are tough. Ivar is tough. This is why when Eric was out, he went on a tear as a singles performer. Eric is back, and they lost at Mania. Look at that.
Wait, hold on. How can he do Tour of the Islands? Y'all just signed Jeff Cobb.
Ivar, we're going to make a tag to Eric, and the tag is made. And now Eric showing off his power.
Toss. I wonder if he amateur wrestles as well. He's got some hips on him. He can toss somebody. He can toss somebody.
Strong guy, working out on that farm. I know he works out on the farm.
But is it enough to get a title shot against your boys?
I guess we're going to find out.
They should just be given a rematch anyway.
Oh.
Because of the way you won the title.
That's
But
the
it
thing.
doesn't really
You
matter.
earn, but you're saying give. See, we don't give anything.
The way you tried to beat Luther, and it didn't work.
Oh!
Damn, you heard the clap.
Into the corner.
Pause.
To win there.
Cover by Eric. And breaking things up is Brutus Creed.
Ow.
Oh.
Yeah, Brutus, the
Damn.
massive 282-pounder.
Damn.
Knee to the jaw.
Julius Creed, 229.
Oh, wow, this is awesome.
What a match.
They throwing them things.
So,
What a match.
Hey,
What a great match.
Look at our
aren't
champion.
the people
showing
happy that we
respect.
brought them this match?
so
This came about because of us.
who would you rather face?
The best.
Face the best. I don't know how many times we got to tell you that, Mike.
Wait, is
We don't know
Kofi
who the
wearing
best is.
lace
That's what
pants or am
you
I
have to
tweaking?
earn it. Why do you want us to just give people titles?
It kind of looks like
It
it,
ain't
yeah.
Christmas, bro.
Like, again, we don't suck. We're literally the champions.
Tags. Ivar and Brutus
People
now
out here
legal.
lying, bro. It's like they lied to you, Pat.
And look at Brutus Creed.
Oh, angle slam.
The strength of
Or
this
Olympic
fresh
slam.
young tag team wrestler.
They want it.
Dude, they talk about they just want to give
That's the
people
kind of hunger
shots.
to look for.
Okay.
I could imagine them tossing you guys around like that. I'd probably be a lot easier than Eric and Ivar.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. That's
Holy hell!
Oh my God.
one step ahead. They've been doing their homework.
Oh, they caught that boy. Ugh.
Cover.
That's it. Game time is done.
Eric just
Damn.
That was a lot.
Knee to the jaw.
Eric there for Ivar, unlike Ivar wasn't there for Eric.
See that?
You saw that, right? Okay. Just pointing it out.
Oh,
Damn. I'm not gonna lie. Eric look, he be throwing them knees and them forearms, bro. Like,
you might want to go help your partner.
I thought you guys
Yeah,
were
he
doing
definitely-
commentary.
He's throwing bows and
Xavier Woods.
Wait a minute, Ivar going up top. Look at Kingston. Kofi Kingston off headsets. Blasting Ivar. And now the
Damn.
attack from behind. Kofi Kingston off a distraction from Xavier Woods.
hold on. There's no way. Oh God.
Champions.
Look at the Creed brothers. Julius holding up Ivar.
And the
Brutus ball.
American made knock off the War Raiders thanks to the tag champs. Oh, he said at the top of this thing, Pat, the New Day.
I'm gonna keep it a
obviously
style wow.
Dodging the War Raiders, but
Even if they don't want, even if they don't want to fight the War Raiders, I wouldn't want to fight American Made either.
The Creed brothers are probably wondering when their tag team shots.
Like American Made are former tag team champions. I don't know if I want that either.
Distracting just enough for the Creed brothers to take advantage. Brutus
I mean, I guess, you know.
to Ivar.
the lesser of, not the lesser of two evils, but I mean, if you had to choose between a bear and a snake, you might have an easier time with the snake. Even though it's both very dangerous items. This man is shaking.
You know, they probably feel like they got one up on us out there tonight. They probably feel like they got us backed against the wall.
Gotta rein it. Gotta.
They might even feel like
control the temper.
They're winning this.
Control that anger.
And maybe they feel like I've underestimated them. They have no idea what I am capable of. Braun, I got one more thing I'd like you to do tonight before you take off. And have some fun.
What's up a sick assignment that this man just gives him, bro?
He's the world heavyweight champion. Jey Uso saw him earlier tonight coming to the aid of Sami Zayn and CM Punk.
Bro, Finn Balor, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? This is the second week in a row. You're not slick.
NBA playoffs are here, and I'm betting rebound props on FanDuel.
This is the second week in a row. This man has had a conversation with Roxanne Perez in a backstage area. What's the plan?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second.
What?
Could we get like a reverse breakup where Dom is the one taken out, and maybe Roxanne and Julia take Liv and Raquel's place?
If Dom leaves the group, would anyone really care about Judgment Day at that point?
Yeah, because they care about Dom.
Not Dom. I'm about to say if I'm saying if Dom leaves the Judgment Day, would Judgment Day, like the group as a whole, even if they replace the two of them, the three of them, would it matter? Like at that point, Dom is the group.
I don't know. I think it would depend on if somebody else, you know, if Dom's not the only one that leaves the group and somebody else joins it with Roxanne and or Julia, I don't. Maybe.
Nah. Cause I mean it's like when Rhea left, Dom kept it afloat. When Damian left, it was essentially Dom that kind of kept it afloat, and then when they added the women to it, it gave him an extra layer. But if you take Dom out of that group, no one's gonna care about the Judgment Day, to be honest. The whole idea of like what it was would just shift because it was already on thin ice when it was like, all right, Rhea and Damian were like the starting blocks. And then they brought Finn in, and Finn eventually ended up kicking them out. But then it's like the guy that they manipulated or kind of like prodded into the group, helped him grow and all that stuff. Once he goes off on his own, I don't think people are gonna think like, oh yeah, what's Judgment Day doing every week? Because no one's gonna. The segments might not hit. It's a very like slippery slope that they have with who they kick out exactly. And as much as I like Julia and Roxanne, I wouldn't want them to be like seen as replacements for a group if they are like main roster established. Oh, they got the Adams. I
Well,
forgot about that.
it doesn't make any sense with Finn and Roxanne unless... Because if Finn gets kicked out of the group, is Judgment Day going to become babyface because Dom's getting cheered now? Some?
Wait, what just happened with Grayson Waller and Theory? The heck was that?
I don't know.
But I mean, if Finn gets kicked, I mean Finn probably become. The thing is, like, if I'm really thinking about it, Finn would become a heel if he turns on Dom and then he gets kicked out of the group. But in a way, it's like it's also like Finn would technically be like it's like he would technically be face too because technically Dom's not liked. It would depend on how they do it.
Well, yeah, because Dom's starting to get cheered, but the group cheats. So it's like, it's a weird.
I mean, but Dom has like, as corny as it sounds and repetitive, but like I mean Dom kind of has like Guerrero aura, where it's like even when Guerrero was cheating, the fans were like, oh my god, like, you know, he's just really he's cheating every week to win, but it looks so cool though. Like it's like something about it really isn't as bad. But like when Finn cheats, they boo him. If JD cheats, they boo him. Oh well, no.
Are paying attention, because your world title, it's mine, Jay.
They've had not only 16 million in 12 hours, but nearly 30
That man cut a promo by the bathroom?
overall since that assault last week on Monday Night Raw. Now, because of that, this is what's going to happen a week from Saturday. You and I will be there.
Wait,
on
16
NBC
million in 12 hours. Wow, that's
Saturday
crazy.
night's main event. Jey Uso defends his World Heavyweight title against Logan Paul. Jey, get it done again.
Oh yeah. Time to yeet. Hey, 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 hey.
Lou Yeatville, you get it?
I like it.
Yeah.
Jey Uso celebrating with the WWE fans here tonight.
Yeah, he got the kid eating. Hey, that's a good memory for him.
That kid's right on beat with the yeet. And you, Cole, could never find it in
Like imagine being like, you know, 4 or 5 years old. Like, what were you doing? Oh, I was getting picked up by Jey Uso eating in Louisville.
Jey Uso picked me up. We eat it in the crowd, but that kid's gonna remember that shit forever.
Man.
That kid's gonna have Jey Uso on his Mount Rushmore.
Tight shit. I can't even get mad at
Just
him.
for that. Nope.
Man, got picked up. He was yeeting in Lou Yeatville.
Taking on all comers as we saw last week.
Monday Night Yeet.
Lou Yeatville. Okay, I see what you did there.
At least I got that down.
Hey, that was pretty good out of you. Not bad for you. What a great night to be Jey Uso, our world champion.
The upper deck section is not lit, and small, but there are people up there.
Seeing all the smiles on everybody's faces when Jey Uso makes his way to the ring.
It's because he's earned this. And this WWE Universe respects the hell out of that. His journey, his fight, his story. His G, baby!
Man. Must be crazy to like imagine being in a crowd for like like the wave, bro. That's a moment I feel like most people gotta experience.
I would agree. Just once.
Tight shit. You know, just go into an arena for a show, yeet all over myself, and then go home. You know.
What?
What's up? Yo, G's wildin', chat. G's wildin'. What's up with bro?
Hey man, look, for once, you can't, it ain't me. It ain't me. I haven't said anything tonight. Not a thing. Not one thing.
Oh, man. Oh,
not one thing. I haven't said one thing. I am not on deep at times in any way, shape, or form.
Oh man, that's funny.
The universe is champ.
Terry, your witness. It is not me today.
I said the world heavyweight champion, main event, Jey Uso is now in your city. Got a lot going on.
Yeet.
Big target.
Yeet.
On my big back.
Yeet.
So let me get something.
Yeet.
Off my big chest.
Yeet.
Hey, Logan Paul. You talking at the side of your neck, Oos? Saying I'm not championship material. Say I got a glass jaw. He keep on ducking me. Keep on sneaking me. But look though, at Saturday night main event, it's me and you, Oos. Yeah. Face to face. All right? Face to face. Two-time world shocker. The arena shaker. I promise you this. After that Saturday night, I still will be your world.
Oh. The Ring General.
Well, the former world heavyweight champion, the man that
Loki wonder what the plan is.
WrestleMania. The man who put Pat McAfee through a war this past Saturday night. The ring general Gunther.
This man's aura is for real.
Man,
When
hella
you stand
aura.
within a few feet of him, you can sense it. 6'4".
I'm not gonna lie, low key. Like, imagine if like meeting Gunther at like a meet and greet. Like, would you ask him to chop you?
I think depending on the mood, I might actually. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Just to see how hard he really hits. Pause.
Yeah, like I feel like it's like in a weird way. That would be a question I would have. Like, yo, like, it might hurt for a while. It definitely will. But I mean,
The unimaginable came true. Jey Uso, World Heavyweight Champion.
yeah.
You know, it's the first time since the moment that we meet again. You mean a moment where I made you tap out?
I mean, he did.
He did.
You know, Jay, I understand what you're doing here because I know what it's like to be a champion. 80% of my time in that company, I've been a champion, so I understand. I understand there's a lot of pressure on you, but just because I understand doesn't mean my opinion on you changed. I can feel this position is not natural to you. Because unlike me, you are not a natural champion.
Oh. Said he ain't got that dog in him.
And since you like to run your mouth a lot, I'm actually quite surprised that you haven't spread the news yet. So let that pleasure be mine.
But what news?
Because as Adam Pearce told you before you walked down here, the winner out of you and Logan will have the honor to hand over the World Heavyweight Championship to its rightful owner.
Oh.
Der Ringgeneral Gunther.
Okay, he got next.
In 1 month from now, on June 9th in Phoenix, Arizona, I will challenge the winner out of you and Logan for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Jay, I really do hope it's you. Because I would love nothing more than to shut you and all those people up for good. I would love nothing more to get in that ring with you again, outclass you, and remind you where your place is. Jay.
Hold on. Remind me of my place. My place? I'm in my place. This is my place. I run this place.
Oh,
with
snap.
this on my arm. I'ma handle the YouTuber. And then me and the ring general, we gonna run it back. And I'ma walk in this match the same way I walked out of WrestleMania. World Heavyweight Champion. 4 letters, 1 word.
A fired up Jey Uso oozing with confidence. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Because Uso has to go through Logan Paul a week from Saturday.
I low-key like how they kind of kept the same energy as far as like Gunther not really more or less saying the same thing that Heyman said, you know, it's not natural for him to be a champion, which could be true. But I mean, it keeps the same story going instead of it being like placebo respect that will go away eventually.
Saturday night's main event has an absolute problem in Phoenix, Arizona.
Interesting.
In the ring general weight.
Busy month for the World Heavyweight Champion. Enjoy it while you can.
But the question is, does Gunther actually eat the pin in June?
I tried to show Roxanne respect last week.
I mean, if you don't wait till July in Atlanta at Saturday night's main event, and you do something before then where Gunther does, you know, goes after McAfee or Michael Cole again, yeah, you use Goldberg. Or maybe, you know, or maybe Rollins or Breakker gets involved in the match and somebody else, you know, maybe you get, I don't know, let's shoot something, the OGC comes back and helps.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our main event tonight, the current women's
So
world
Gunther
champion,
does eat the pin, but he doesn't eat the pin like, you know,
to take
a regular
on 2
one.
women who I
I don't
believe
know.
will both be world champions one day. Roxanne Perez and Julia. A big
Because it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for Jay to drop it back to Gunther if they're actually going to do Gunther and Goldberg, which I'm guessing they are, but
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
it would make sense for him to drop it back to Gunther because if Seth wants it,
legendary.
He could just interfere in that match, to be honest. That's what I would probably think.
He was a hardcore extraordinaire.
Man.
Passed away at the age of 60. A two-time ECW World Champion who had a legendary.
You know what's crazy? I have a Sabu action figure.
I was incredibly
Seth and Braun interfered like in the wrong way and gets like Gunther disqualified or whatever it is, and then Gunther goes after them, like babyface, sort of babyface Gunther. That would be weird.
Oh, no, I don't think it'll make him babyface. I just think that'll just be a cop out to have him lose to Jay without really losing to Jay.
Grateful for his service to this industry.
We all remember Sabu tonight. Send our condolences to his family and friends.
Because I feel like that's like the safe way to do it. Because I don't think Gunther needs to be eating another pin if he's gonna beat Goldberg. You can't have him eat 2 pins in a row. Even though Goldberg is knocking on 60.
Well, I would think Gunther's going to beat Goldberg, but
Here's your iPhone 13.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, yeah.
Gunther hasn't eaten a pin with Jay. So if there's interference and Jay actually pins him, then it's the first time Jay pinned him. He didn't actually pin him at WrestleMania. He tapped him.
Yeah, but
pin him.
yeah, I'm saying as far as like at least in the grand scheme of things, like in Philly he got pinned. In Philly he got pinned. In Vegas he got tapped out. Then in Arizona you get pinned again. It's like at that point, realistically, even though it's all like with gaps in between, the same thing applies really. Like At first, it was only like 2 people that could probably say they had the not honor, but that sounds crazy, but they could say they had the ability to say, oh, I pinned Gunther or I beat him at all. And now the list is like up to like, what, 5 people now at this point? At least I think it's at least 5 people.
Who are the 5?
Pretty sure Ilya's beating him. I think Pete's
Ilya
beating him.
did. Yeah. Jay. Cody.
Yeah. And Sammy.
Oh yeah. IC title, that's right. Yeah.
Let me see to make sure. I think the only one that might be wrong is Pete Dunne, but I'm gonna just look to make sure.
I mean, it sounds right. I just don't recall when it happened, but it would sound right.
Oh, never mind.
The other
Okay,
4 are
yeah. Yeah, it was Cody Rhodes, Sammy, Braun, Ilya, Seth. I completely forgot he. Yeah, I forgot he had a match with Braun. Before he eventually, I think that's before he might have went to the main roster for real. But yeah.
Well, if Braun and Seth cost him the belt, you could revisit that issue between the 2 of them.
Yeah, I mean at that point you could just have a heel versus heel battle, and they could just be like in the eye of combat. But I mean at that point I feel like they wouldn't be able to revisit it until after you do. I feel like they have to wait for the Goldberg stuff to blow over before they throw Gunther in the mix. Essentially,
Probably.
He could be pissed about it, but it would be kind of like. It would probably throw off the momentum if it's like, okay, I'm beefing with these guys, and then Goldberg just comes back and says, yo, I want that ass. Like, it'd just be mad random. But, let me see. Okay, up to 6 likes on the stream. Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, let's go for 10. We still got
Let's
an
head
hour
over to our
plus.
broadcast colleague, Jackie Redmond.
Presumably.
Cole, Pat, thank you so much. I'm backstage with Ludwig Kaiser.
Oh, wow.
Ludwig, thank
European
you for the time.
elegance.
You know, last year was such a breakout year for you. You had wins
Oh,
over
look
the
at
likes of
that.
Sheamus, Braun Breaker. I mean, you were a top contender for the Intercontinental Championship, but we're almost halfway through 2025, and it feels like we haven't seen you in competition all that much. So I guess my question,
Wait,
Ludwig,
what the heck? Oh, wow. So that was the favor.
Soften Jay up.
Make sure he doesn't come. Get him back. Hey, make sure he goes.
Hey, stay down. We'll get you some help.
So Ludwig Kaiser is just chopped liver? Like, what are we doing?
Jay, we need medical here. Medic. Hey, talk to me. Medic. Get a medic. Get a medic. Come on.
Well, obviously, that is what Seth Rollins told Braun Breaker to do. Nonetheless, Monday Night Raw is live tonight on Netflix and presented by Snickers.
So I guess we'll figure out why Kaiser's been missing from TV on YouTube. Because that's usually how this works.
You saw CM Punk and Sami Zayn have that moment of recognition.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, representing the Judgment Day, weighing in at 190 pounds, Finn Balor!
Well, this is an interesting story that's been developing between Finn Balor and, of course, the rest of Judgment Day, Pat. AJ Styles had some things to say about Dominic Mysterio in recent weeks. So Dominic asked Finn Balor if Finn would take care of the AJ Styles problem. Finn seemed to get a bit taken aback by that, maybe even insulted by the fact that he had to clean up Dominic's problems. And
I look like how they mix it into purple with the lighting.
I'll help you do it.
The Judgment Day operate in strange ways.
A little bit of a callback, entrance-wise at least.
Yeah.
Is it odd that the Intercontinental Champion Dominic's not out here?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was alluding to. Where's Dom?
We know he's here. We saw him earlier. JD, where's Dom? Where's Dom? Well, he's obviously ignoring us.
JD, great work with the time zone. Where is Dom?
Great work with the time zone.
Where's Dom?
Where's Dom? No answers from anybody here. They had to have heard us. They're feet away.
Well, we're in the Eastern time zone tonight. Backlash was in the Central time zone, so perhaps Dom's still screwed up.
Yeah, who knows what time zone
yeah.
Dom's in, to be honest with you.
Oh, wow. They added more pyro to this entrance. I don't remember that before.
Nope.
Hey, yay, style.
For the fourth time, these two men will go one-on-one here tonight. The first time they ever met in WWE back in October of 2017 at the TLC Premium Live event. These two former leaders of the Bullet Club go one-on-one again here tonight.
Obviously, global superstars here, the best of the best, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, working on Raw against Finn Balor.
You know, there's been a lot of rumblings back in the locker room area that Finn Balor is extremely bitter and jealous over the fact that Dominic Mysterio is the current Intercontinental Champion, that Dominic pinned him at WrestleMania to win the Fatal 4-Way, but that Finn Balor is just putting on a, well, nice face at this point in time.
You can certainly see how Finn might be jealous of Dom. He's also kind of taking on a leadership role in there, which is, I guess, a part of the problem of Judgment Day. There are no leaders. But what if one of them's a champ and everybody else isn't?
Well, Balor, the former Universal Champion,
not lying.
the two-time former WWE Champion, and AJ Styles, two all-time greats, and not exaggerating that, folks, in the ring right now.
AJ Styles, Finn Balor on Monday Night Raw. Let's go.
AJ Styles, sick and tired of listening to Dominic run his mouth. You know, Dominic, listen, I'll give him all the props in the world. His in-ring work has improved dramatically. But ever since he has won the Intercontinental Championship, he has been insufferable as ever. He's already calling himself the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
Yeah, the greatest Mysterio of all time. The greatest.
Dang, he's insufferable after 2 days.
Around in the Judgment Day, and For some reason, it feels like
I mean, I get Dom's a heel, but I mean, insufferable after 2 days is kind of dragging it. I'm not gonna lie.
I think he did some kind of interview or something where he said that. He said he's once again said he's like the greatest Mysterio. Yeah, or something like that.
I mean, I get the interview, but I'm saying it's like the interview was 2 days ago.
On Monday Night Raw.
I think AJ Styles may be making a play for the Intercontinental title.
As he should.
Oh, snap.
AJ's won it once in his career. Balor, a two-time Intercontinental champion, is AJ Styles since Balor outside of the ring.
Finn Balor probably wants a shot at that Intercontinental title as well, deep down.
I'm sure he does. I don't know what Dominic thinks about that.
Two goats battling on Monday Night Raw in Louisville.
That's disrespectful.
That's disrespectful. Ooh.
Oh God.
I might need some coffee or something. No cap. No bap.
Coffee at 9:30.
Man.
Just have a Coke and a smile.
Shoot. I'm not gonna lie, if I had it, which I don't even have any soda in my mouth, to be honest. Which is actually kind of a good thing, I'm not gonna lie. But also just maybe the fact that like my day started like a lot earlier. Got some stuff done. Just lights in my eyes. A lot of things, a lot of variables right now.
Well, you need caffeine. I need water. Ironically.
And it all depends. Something might happen to spark the old battery or something. It's not like I'm gonna just collapse on stream or anything. It ain't that crazy.
I got 2 minutes. I can go get my water then. That's more than enough time.
But yeah, so far. Hopefully this match is hopefully this match will pick up in like speed and everything. And obviously it's probably gonna be different because they're both older now. Because that TLC match was good. I think their last two encounters were doing the during the Judgment Day feud from like a couple months ago. Not a couple months, a couple years ago, excuse me. So could have a lot of potential with this. A lot of potential. Oh wow. Let's see. Okay, I know what I was checking. But yeah. So far, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Low-key, maybe in a weird way. Maybe, I'm really thinking about it, because I don't want to say that, like, wait, geez, which one of y'all is pushing 50? Hey, I mean, this is the thing, like, he wakes up at 5, like, in the midday. My day starts at, like, 5 in the morning. So it's like, well, 5 during a good day.
No, that's not true. I'm up at like 2. I eat dinner at like 5. There's a difference.
That's still afternoon. Your day starts at 2.
Well, yeah,
my day starts at 5.
Well, it hasn't always been that way. And I'm used to graveyard hours, man. It's been like 20 years. It's hard not to. You know what I mean? It's hard not to. It could be worse. I mean, I could be, like you said, I could be up till like 8, 9 in the morning and actually not wake up till 5 in the afternoon.
That's enough, because I know what it's like to have like a bad schedule for the most part. Which maybe like I tried to fix it, but the only thing about fixing a schedule like that is that literally Like when the body wants to go to sleep, it's like shoo, it is terrible. Well, not terrible because I mean obviously it's what I've been doing, but.
Finn Balor takes advantage of the time. Little kick to the gut.
Well, it's harder. It's harder for you. It's harder for
good.
you to maintain a schedule where you want to get up at some point, like reasonably at some point in the morning, and then you have nights where by like midnight you go to sleep because you're tired and you sleep, but then other nights you might stay up till 6 a.m. for. Which once in a while, of course, is fine. You're chilling, having fun, or you're playing a game. You're chilling with the boys, playing a game or whatever it is. Once in a while, yeah. And then you do too much, your body can't adjust because you're doing one thing one night, a different thing the next. Throws your circadian rhythm off.
The thing, not even that. I mean, because I feel like more or less, like the thing for me is that even then, it's like I seem like I'm tired right now, but I'll probably be up for another like 5 hours. It was like whenever I'm doing something, I'm tired for some reason. But I feel like if I like, might not to say that like I'm bored of the show, which could be a 50-50 as well. I don't know. Maybe it could be that. But I mean, it all depends.
Well, I mean, this is.
Cause I'm not gonna lie, like they've had good moments, but I'm not gonna say like overall like, oh, I'm on the edge of my seat. Raw has me excited. Like it hasn't really been one of those nights. It's been like things that are nice, but overall it's been kind of a yeah type of night or a meh type of. I don't know.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for them overall to like work on the long-term story what you got, but you also have like a network special in 12 days, and then basically like in essence 2 PLEs next month on top of that. Plus, we don't know about the draft, if they're going to do one, when.
Bursts out of AJ Styles can end any matches. JD McDonough and Carlito watch along.
I mean, we're getting good grabs at least, and
struggling to get to his feet. AJ Styles says, "I'll help."
Well, now once again, we were
the world title story's interesting. Seth's involved in it. The Intercontinental story is getting more interesting.
AJ back to his attention. Balor rolls him up though. Maybe playing possum to take advantage.
Punk, Jay, and Sammy like
and now Balor
it.
Says it's
or
over.
Are there going to be fractures?
Styles though able to slip underneath and deliver
somebody end up leaving. What does Roman have to do with this? Are there going to be more people? I mean, there is that.
Strikes. The kicks by Styles. Bill, both men down center of the ring.
That was a good little sequence. I mean, the thing is, like, I feel like for the most part, like, most of that stuff is like, bro, they just can't see. This may be why I'm tired. This is like, they just had a good sequence, and you're showing me Ryan Reynolds. Like, you want me to go to bed. Like, you want me to go to sleep. Respect to Ryan Reynolds, but holy hell, like, Monday night commercials, goddamn. Like, look. Monday night ads. But again, I go like,
yeah, it's not helping. Like,
mm-hmm.
Cause I think it was a couple weeks ago when you had your dental appointment, whatever it is, and I was on. It was like it just seemed like it was like half the show was commercials.
Yeah, like a literal good sequence has happened, and you go straight to commercial. What are we doing? Like I felt like we literally were just back on the screen for like 2 seconds. Either that or
it's not helpful because there have been quite a bit of commercials already, and it's 9:45, so they haven't even been on 2 hours, and they've probably already had about as much commercial as like a SmackDown does.
Yeah. Man, at least SmackDown's on cable, so they got an excuse. I'm like, they sat there and bragged, talking about we can go over if we want to, and you're giving us all these commercials?
Yeah, they never do. But the thing is like when SmackDown goes to commercial for like 90 seconds. These commercial breaks are 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Even if it's
or at least picture in picture.
Yeah, and at least even if there's fewer commercial breaks on Netflix than there are overall on a SmackDown, it's 3-minute breaks as opposed to 90-second ones.
Yeah.
Except that the SmackDown ones are like the same 3 commercials over and over and over again.
Yeah. Hella Arby's, hella meat.
Hella Arby's, yeah. Might as well just be SmackDown presented by Arby's because it's like, you know.
SmackDown sponsored by Arby's. We're gonna troll our way into Arby's actually getting like a PLE appearance.
Hey, why don't we just troll ourselves into an Arby's sponsorship?
Hell no. I'm not sponsoring meat. They gotta be fucked up.
Live on Netflix.
I'll take
Styles hooking Balor here.
I'll
You'll
like
take
Arby's,
the
man.
meat?
I did not say that.
By Styles. Both men are down.
I'm sorry.
That's what I said.
I'm sorry. It was right there and I had to. Like the joke was right there.
But like I like Arby's, so like, you know, we troll our way into like a little sponsorship. I will shill Arby's products on air. They want a sponsor?
Carlito,
sure.
McDonough looking on from the Judgment
Day. Yeah, meow. Huh?
This is awesome. Yum Center.
And now Balor and Styles exchanging blows back to their feet. AJ with a right gut punch by Balor.
That'll probably be the Money in the Bank qualifier starts right there.
What, around May or like mid-May?
I'd be more well.
Balor with a premature
What day is Money in the Bank?
Caught him. Oh, intercepted. Great counter by Styles.
Did he just catch the Pele?
Look at the cash.
Yeah.
Pressure on Balor.
It's in the middle of the ring and it's deep.
It was a
But yeah, I could probably see it around mid-May. Maybe even a week before that, probably.
Will Balor tap out?
I don't know. It depends. Like they could do.
Force a break. Fingertips away now for Balor.
Like you could realistically do all the Money in the Bank qualifiers on Raw on one show. Like you could literally have the participants on one show. Like that Monday after Saturday Night's Main Event in Tampa, you could do all the Money in the Bank qualifiers for Raw on that show, and then do them for SmackDown on that Friday.
Now look at how AJ goes right.
Yeah, it depends. I think it's like 3 each, so it's like it depends on what they want to do.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. Back to the middle of the ring, drop Styles, and now Finn's back in control. Buys himself a little bit of time.
I'm not gonna lie, there's a lady in the crowd that really loves her some Finn Balor because she shrieked like I've never heard her shriek in my life.
He's got to be hobbled, maybe on one wheel for the rest of the way.
This man Finn dropped the elbow and you would have thought The Rock was in the building.
Finn targeting Styles. Styles is ready, and he meets him on a clothesline. And Balor with a sling blade.
I mean, but for what it's worth, this match is starting to low-key pick up a little bit.
And Balor drops Styles.
It started off very slow.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it started off very slow.
Finn wants him to be.
Wait, bro's on one leg?
Balor to the top, nobody home.
Oh,
Styles
yep.
rolls out of harm's way. And again, the bad leg that Styles worked the calf pressure on gives out for Balor.
Might have slowed him down.
Oh, dang. Right back to the leg.
Now he's back to the same calf crusher.
Yeah, Styles right back to the same submission move, center of the ring, and more damage being done to the leg.
Oh, damn.
Balor,
They rolled him through.
Trying to roll through. AJ Styles caught him.
AJ now.
Oh my God. That was so quick.
AJ Styles stacking up Balor. Who happens to
That was mad quick.
It was the positioning. He hit the Styles clash, but it was, I don't think he got quite all of it here, Pat.
Well, I thought that was the end. That was like, wow.
Man, that was like a flash clash.
Just ate the match.
Flash clash.
But Balor able to kick out of the Styles clash by AJ.
I look you should do commentary for a show.
Fans showing their appreciation for these two great athletes.
Somebody
here
book
tonight.
me.
chants have been said to these two men
Terry,
around the globe.
do something about your guy here.
What have I done?
Styles clash. Carlito had the referee distracted. AJ makes McDonough pay. And now Styles out on the apron.
Oh.
Balor trying to take advantage. And Styles
Ooh,
with a
sliding
sliding
knee. Hold on.
Handles Judgment Day. Can he finish Finn?
Styles looking for the phenomenal forearm caught by Balor. And Balor now.
Oh, Bloody Sunday.
Oh, and he connects 1918 cover now.
Oh, 1918. I'm trolling. Bloody Sunday's the other one.
Down him and a kick out. And look who's here.
Oh, what the heck?
Carlito. Pento's Judgment Day.
Oh.
Kill the world backbreaker.
Oh, on the floor.
Mexican destroyer to Carlito. And Balor watching all that action transpire. Phenomenal forearm by Styles.
Here's your winner, the phenomenal AJ.
Finn Balor eats another one.
Hey, Judgment Day was
Man, Finn Balor's win-loss record got to be looking like the Charlotte Bobcats at this point.
and AJ Styles picks up the win.
Penta coming out. And
This man about to have the #1 draft pick in rebuilding.
This man is like the Detroit Lions before Goff.
Oh yeah, the John Kitna era, yeah.
AJ Styles that put Finn out. 1, 2, 3.
And we thought it was over when Balor hit the 1916, but AJ Styles able to capitalize on Penta getting involved to put Balor away and pick up the victory here tonight.
Too sweet here.
But I mean, hey, AJ gets a win. Pretty sure that moves him ahead in Intercontinental Championship contention. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, Money in the Bank is presented by Cash App, your financial tag team partner. Cash App.
Hey, shout out to Cash App.
In your corner.
Yep.
You know,
Sure.
Backlash Saturday was a tremendous premium live event. We talked about the patent.
I mean, hey, low-key, they got a lot of good stuff. Like, you
saw
can...
that earlier on.
Damn, you got high yield
Might have
savings.
stolen the show. It was for the Intercontinental Championship. Lyra Valkyria.
I'm about to say
against
Cash App
the
got
Becky
stocks
Lynch.
too. Yeah.
This was a
You can buy
tremendous
stock and all
battle
that.
Where Lyra Valkyria really
Like a real
came
bank
into her
account,
own
the
on
debit card, I
Saturday
have it.
Yeah, Lyra
Yeah.
Valkyria has been putting on an absolute
Hey, yo,
show since
Cash
she
App.
arrived here on Raw.
So, sponsor.
And taking on Becky Lynch,
I'll show you.
one of her mentors and idols.
Yeah, perhaps
We're just throwing shit at the wall at this point.
upset and frustrated Becky
Bro said
Lynch.
Arby's, Cash App,
Attacking
shit.
Lyra Valkyria.
Morgan and Morgan.
Why not? Nah, I don't know about all that now, but...
Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
And there is the man.
I was in an accident once.
After what broke down Saturday night, Becky Lynch is here, live.
Okay, Karrion Kross is giving the New Day his T-shirts. Okay, now that's one that I'm not gonna think much about because I mean they're both heels, but
The show coming out, so I've set up a screening for you.
but also Karrion Kross has the highest selling T-shirt I think at the moment, which is actually pretty interesting because I didn't really think that he was his merch was selling.
Well,
but-
after that work shoot interview he did, I'm not surprised. Especially
yeah.
after that.
Yeah, I mean, but like, there's a lot of times where like a lot of guys like cut good promos, but no one ever thinks like, oh yeah, let me go buy his merch. So I mean, I guess it's like it's like a turn of the time, I guess. The tides have turned or something like that. Also, in a weird way, side note, I think it's something where apparently they're thinking about doing Evolution, like an Evolution pay-per-view, July 12th. I hope they don't because I'm not gonna lie, if I actually did plan on watching All In, they're not gonna make me choose between Yeah, you're not gonna be choosing Evolution and All In. That's not what we're gonna do. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like they should reschedule it, or they could reschedule
I
it.
don't know, yeah, because with Saturday Night's Main Event, Money in the Bank, Night of Champions, and then you've got another Saturday Night's Main Event in July in Atlanta. Like, you're gonna put on like 5 big shows in what? Less than 2 months?
Yeah.
If
I
you
mean,
include
the thing with Evolution is that I mean, it's for Atlanta too. I think so. If anything, it will probably be around the same time as like the Saturday Night's Main Event. So it'd probably be like either like around that time, maybe the night after. I think. If I had to think about their scheduling, maybe let me see. Events. Huh. I guess the Saturday Night's Main Event after that hasn't been shown.
I mean, I guess if they wanted to do like, if they wait until after like SummerSlam or something like that, they could do it, or literally like make a Saturday Night's Main Event, make that Evolution.
We've been here for Monday night.
I mean, but the thing is, though, I mean, like it's only women, so I mean, that I feel like that's easier for them to book than it would be for them to book like a Saturday Night's Main Event or anything else in between, because booking the women would be a lot easier if they're the only ones you got to worry about.
Well, yeah, if you want to just do like a 5-match show, you've got all title matches. You can literally do all title matches.
Yeah.
You could have like a Women's Night of Champions.
I wasn't beaten on Saturday. No, Lyra was beaten on Saturday. You don't believe me? No, you don't believe me? Well, one of us was taken to a hospital, and one of us went to their nice big bus, had a nice warm shower, drank a shot of tequila, and basked in their brilliance. Me!
That vein is protruding in her forehead.
And, because even after everything that Lyra has done to me, after she came out week after week and attacked my character, the person that I am, I still made her the best version of herself. I gave her the best match of her career. And in just 3 weeks of standing on the outskirts of my spotlight, she has never mattered more than she does right now in her entire life, and it is not even close. But
I mean,
I'm not giving her that satisfaction. She was just on the
when
couch.
the bell rang
I'm not giving her that.
after the match, I didn't hear defeat. No. What I heard was an alarm ringing in my ear, and I realized how much I had been manipulated, not just by Lyra, but by all of you.
Okay, John Cena.
Do you want to know? Do you want
Becky,
to know why I walked away
I
from
don't.
this for almost a year?
Really, Becky, that is like.
Because you asked me to.
That fruit is so low, hanging so low, it's dragging on the ground.
I won the world championship. I felt it. I heard the reaction. I saw all your comments online, and so I stepped away, because if I'm not here to win world championships, then why am I here? But hey, no, look, I've always been for the people. I've always been for the people, so whatever you want, because hey, man, to thank for my career, right? You guys, you carried me on your shoulders into the main event of WrestleMania. You saw yourselves in me. I was you, you were me. We were in this together, right? But then something happened. Something happened. I won, and you couldn't see yourselves in me anymore because you can't recognize success, because all you know is failure.
Jeez.
Okay.
Okay. Becky Cena here.
And yeah, you hate what you cannot understand. You wanna know something? When I was at one of my friends, they asked me, they said, "Hey, do you miss it?" And I had a thought. I said, "Hey, no, I do. I miss being in the ring. But it's weird. I like myself more." And I didn't understand what I was saying, but now I do, because I wasn't captured by all of you. No, I didn't have to listen to you tell me who I am and what I'm about. I didn't have to listen to all of your lies. The same lies that I hear repeated from the one person that I had hoped for in this business. I didn't have to spin my wheels trying to prove myself that I wasn't what you say I am, but that all changes, because from now on, whatever you say I am, I am. So I'm selfish? Yes, I am. I'm greedy? Yes, I am. I'm cutthroat? Yes, I am. And all those girls in the back that were happy I was gone, that thought it was safe because the fire had gone out of Becky Lynch, well, they're finally gonna realize what it's like to be held down by the man.
Well, one thing I'll say is, apparently the fire hasn't gone out of Becky Lynch.
You said I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would you say I am?
We're not doing Eminem quotables right now, are we?
Get back on top.
Like, I didn't want to think she was quoting Eminem, but goodness gracious. I like Marshall, but come on, bro.
I didn't want to do that on this. I don't want to do any of this. All I want is just go home and be rich. But I was once programmed by lesser people too. And I can't leave my brothers until we all wake up. Do you think these people care that you're missing your family? Do you think these people care that each night your choice is to hurt or be hurt? Last week, Tozawa stepped up to me, and the crowd cheered him on, waltzing him straight into the flat line. And yet, you still seek their approval. That is because you let the sheep control the wolves. Get up off your knees, man! Don't you see that their cheers is like a stone to a blade? But I can see right through them. That's why they keep mocking me by chanting my name. But I will reclaim my own day once my job here is done. But until that day, remember this, my brothers. It will hurt me to hurt you. But I would rather you fall at my hand than fall out into the abyss.
Question for you.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I will lose him.
Come on, Adam, think about it. He can do this.
Tozawa-san, I respect the Hadi, okay, and that's brave, but I just can't give you a match with Rusev. You're not medically clear. He's not clear, guys.
He can do it. He can totally.
You're not clear.
I will be soon.
I know you will be, and when you are, we will revisit this conversation. I give you my word.
Tozawa! How are you doing, fella? Fair play to you, man, for never backing down. And I know when you are cleared, you're gonna give that hairy-knit hand at all hell, yeah? Respect, man.
Thanks, guys.
Pierce, can I have a sec?
You can. What a return last week. You know, Phil, I needed that, man. I was just dying to get back to work.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I needed to shake off that ring rust.
What rust?
Well, you know,
It's all in the head, fella. But I'll be honest, I want to keep that momentum going. So how about it, right? Think about this, yeah? Next week, Celtic Warrior versus the bouncing wallaby waster, Grayson Waller.
Huh.
You know what? Consider that official, because that sounds like a banger.
Now you're speaking my language, fella. It's great to be back. Glad to have you.
Sheamus actually carries that shillelagh everywhere.
Absolutely. Bangers.
This man really walks around with a shillelagh. That is interesting.
Grayson Waller's going to have to get into one.
Well, Monday Night
No,
Raw
what
live
I mean,
on Netflix.
I mean,
next week
technically,
in the
yeah,
beautiful city of
Waller's
Greenville,
good, but like,
South
why?
Carolina. And what a lineup. This coming Friday
Why
on
does he randomly
SmackDown,
want Grayson
qualifying
Waller?
matches begin for Money in the Bank.
You don't remember last week? It was supposed to be Grayson for the Sheamus last week, but he fed Theory to Sheamus.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're right.
Opportunity
Yeah.
sometime down the road.
But basically just getting him back for not fighting him last week.
AJ Styles teams with Penta. What a team that's going to be.
But I'm not gonna lie though,
to take on Finn
two
Balor
back-to-back
and JD
promos
McDonough
that didn't make any
of
sense to me,
Judgment Day.
my
He said,
head
"Pat,
hurt.
it is going to be
I'm sorry,
a
I can't find the
Sheamus,
bright
the
spot
Celtic
in
Warrior
either of
back in
those
action.
promos that I just
We
heard.
thank Austin Theory for this against Grayson Waller, one-on-one next week. And hey,
And it sucks because I like the Rusev was off to a good start, and it's like after the second line of the promo, I'm like, I don't know what we're talking about.
I'm not getting
Dogs are going to be barking in South Carolina.
This man went from freeing people of the shackles of fan appreciation to saying, yo, I didn't want to do my job last week. I just wanted to go home and be rich. I'm confused as hell.
So we got Braun and Jay next week. We got AJ and Penta against Judgment Day, and they said Money in the Bank qualifiers start next week.
Oh, okay. Okay, at least we get some graps, some Joshi graps, bro. I need them to get this taste out of my mouth because I don't know what the heck I just listened to for the past 20 minutes. My mind is scrambled.
Besides commercials, yeah.
Yeah. And Julia got that shit on. That's all I know.
Pat, I cannot wait for this. The Monday Night Raw in-ring debut of Beautiful Madness. The former NXT Women's Champion.
Is Julia on like her katana kick or like what?
I said this earlier.
Hey, excuse me?
Julia and Roxanne Perez
She
are
on
going
her
to
katana
dominate this
kick?
business for years to come. They team up next against the world champion.
Katana kick as in what?
Champ Rhea Ripley in our main event on Raw.
No, it kind of seemed like when she came out in the mask and everything, kind of looked out with the outfit. It kind of gave me like katana vibes.
Nah. I forgot what it's inspired by. Cause it threw me off first. I'm like, you said katana. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. I wasn't being.
No, I'm saying like you gotta add context. You just said katana. I'm like, I know where she's from, and I'm like, that just by itself, standing alone, and I was like, wait a minute.
I'm just saying, it kind of gave me like katana vibes.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, but I get it now, but it's like just standing on its own without the Mortal Kombat confirmation. I was like, wait a minute, what you mean by that? But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, just to be honest, Becky Lynch, like most people aren't gonna say it, and I'm being completely honest. I don't want to be like sour about it, but I mean at this point they keep writing this, or whoever's writing it, or they're allowing them to write it. I mean, this is what you're giving me. She went from Charlotte Flair-esque promos saying that she was the GOAT to John Cena-esque promos while basically saying, oh, the only difference is like, oh, like whatever you say I am, I actually am, which I mean, take that with a grain of salt. But as far as her saying like, oh, you know, when I was away and I was thinking to myself, oh yeah, I missed the ring, but I didn't have to think about you fans telling me what I was and what I should be. And saying, "Oh, you guys turned on me. It's not the other way around." It's like I'm starting to realize there's so many people in the company that have the same exact story, and like you kind of let it slide a little bit because sometimes the promos be hidden. But realistically, like at least for the main roster, I'm not talking NXT, but for the main roster specifically, there are some times where like they will cut the same exact promo twice in one night, and don't nobody talk about it. I don't see how that's possible when you have a team of writers to make everyone sound different? How does that work?
I don't know.
Like, I'm starting to think at this point, the only people who get proper writing is like Sammy, Jay, Seth, and Punk. Like, at this point, I'm thinking that's the only people that get proper writing. Or maybe they write for themselves. Maybe that's why it sounds better. I don't know. Like, I genuinely don't know.
Chances are guys like that probably. Chances are guys like that mostly just do their own thing. Like, they might be like, okay, touch on this, and then go get it.
Right. But you think with Becky, it's probably the same way. But and even then, it's like, because those kind of made it funny. Because it was like the Becky stuff. I mean, obviously, it doesn't make sense. But I mean, I can let it slide. I mean, it's a heel promo. They're supposed to shit on the fans. I get all that. You know, like do what you will with it. I get it. But to have a promo right afterwards, basically almost speaking in riddles, essentially, be the exact same thing, and contradictory to what he said last week, like, or the week before last week, like, my head hurts.
Maybe you need that coffee now, huh?
Man, I need aspirin. Like,
coffee and aspirin.
Man, like, I need aspirin. Take off the print.
Why do you gotta say that when they're showing those two? Why do you say that when they're showing those two?
That wasn't even intentional, honestly. I just like wanted to make a joke.
And their opponents first.
Shout out to Io Sky though.
She is the Women's World Champion, Io Sky.
Did you hear that ovation for Io Sky when she walked out here tonight? The Women's World Champion who took the title from her partner tonight, Rhea Ripley, and then defended it in a triple threat match at WrestleMania.
Man,
Sky, obviously our champion.
I'm happy for this match.
That kid,
best in the world and
I was gonna say that kid just had the moment of her life. I swear she just went and hit his teeth.
Much like her counterpart, Julia.
Yeah. I think she like grazed him or something.
Another one.
I can't with y'all.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that little kid just went through puberty.
Damn, it sped him up. Damn. Dude, that the kid that Natty gave a hug to all them years ago must have a fucking beard.
With the anomaly
Probably.
That kid's got a family.
Yeah, he's like 16. He's got 2 jobs, 4 kids.
Man, working a 9 to 5.
Full ZZ Top beard.
Man, bro does construction. I ain't gonna lie, Terry. I don't know what just happened right now. Like, maybe my mic broke out. I don't know.
Wait. What do you mean can't with y'all? I'm not doing it tonight. I haven't done anything tonight. It is not me. I haven't done anything tonight. Not one. I'm chilling for sponsorships. That's all I'm doing. I am not doing anything sus.
Yeah, this man G won a Cash App deal and a meat sponsorship.
I was gonna say I'll wear a shirt or a jacket or something. Every street, get Arby's on one arm, Cash App, wear a hat, whatever. Hey man, whatever. Get the sponsorship money, whatever. I'll eat Arby's on the street if I gotta. Cash App card came to my forehead, whatever. Bring it on.
Hey, you guys heard the man? Pay him the cash and he'll eat meat live on camera.
Oh, all right. See, See what I said? It ain't me, bro. It ain't me.
Okay.
Rhea's made it very clear to Io Sky. Hey, I respect you. We'll fight together against the.
But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I promise I'll clean it up after this match starts. I promise. Scout's honor, I will clean it up after. Like, once this bell rings, I'm locked back in.
This is the main event. This is pure grabs. No slaps. No sus.
With Io Sky.
The current world champion Io Sky, the former World champion Rhea Ripley against two of the hottest up-and-coming stars
Man.
in the business today. Roxanne Perez.
This would probably go crazy in like Japan or something.
Main event of Monday Night Raw.
It's gonna go crazy right now, but I mean, put this in any arena around the world, you're making bread.
Io Sky going to start things off with Roxanne Perez tonight. They had a tremendous matchup last week, and Roxanne
what the hell?
trying to get out of harm's way, and Io Sky says not so fast.
Roxanne might have done that on purpose, though. The Prodigy always has a plan, seemingly.
Yeah, the former two-time NXT Women's Champion. And there's Io Sky taking Roxanne down, and Roxanne turns the tables. Roxanne, a former tag champ as well.
Look how physical we
Oh, they're just scrapping. Hold on.
At the beginning of this fight.
Well, Roxanne and Julia have done a lot to Io and even Rio over the past few weeks. Covered now by the champ and a kick out by Perez.
Yeah, these NXT girls don't give a single damn about anybody but themselves. We don't give a damn was the actual quote about Io Sky and Rhea Ripley's legacy and everything.
Yeah.
And now the side headlock applied to Perez. Roxanne Perez, known as the Prodigy, 15 years old. She would start her career training with a Booker T in Houston, Texas. Well documented story of a 10-hour bus ride on weekends to be able to train.
Certainly loves the business.
We're just throwing straight forearms right now. Forearm shivers, if you will.
Making a name for themselves quickly here. All Raw.
Now double team action. Roxanne and Julia working well together as they send Roxanne into the corner.
Great tag team work here by Julia and Roxanne.
And here's Julia, known as Beautiful Madness.
Now, ironically enough, fun fact, I don't know if they'll bring it up or not, but Julia was in the stable that Io kind of pioneered in Stardom before she left for the WWE.
You think you're gonna cheap shot my partner?
Drop kick by Ripley.
That's right.
Holy hell,
Yeah.
did you see?
And now the official.
So there is history there for people that, you know, might not have known about the lineage of that. At least I believe.
Julia, former World of Stardom champion. Wonder World of Stardom championship holder as well. And Io Sky. What a move as she delivers a drop kick to Julia. Julia, one time former NXT Women's Champion. Tag made. No. Thought the tag was made, but Roxanne Perez. Veteran move by Perez.
Now the Prodigy was ready.
Damn.
Big slap to mommy.
Oh, no, Rhea Ripley gonna eat those.
Wake her up, I feel.
Yeah, now mocking Rhea Ripley, and I'm not quite sure that was the right move by Roxanne Perez. She's gutsy, but gonna get herself in a little bit of trouble here. Julia caught. Perez drives Ripley.
Wow.
Spine first to the post.
Great teamwork out of Roxanne and Julia.
And now Io
Damn!
with a suicide dive. And
Oh my
Julia
God!
Their bodies everywhere. Wild action.
Right to the face. That hit
Here
her
in our
dead in
main
the
event.
face.
Man. Damn, right in the ear. See, I ain't gonna lie. That was the problem, honestly. Like, the match that I really was looking forward to, I had to wait damn near 2 hours and 15 commercials later to get it.
Yep.
But I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, in a weird way, at least like at this current moment. I'm not gonna say Raw was bad, but I am more confused watching Raw than I probably will be watching SmackDown this week. At least if I had to assume. Just from a promo, just promo wise, match wise, obviously, like they had some pretty good matches tonight. But at least the promos, two of them are just not making sense to me. The other ones, I mean, I get their leverage point, but I don't know. I could be nitpicking, I guess.
I would say this is an average Raw. We'll call it that. We'll call it an average Raw. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but is it like, you know, hey, we need to spend another hour after the show like talking about it, no. It's average. It's it's okay. It's not unforgettable, but it's also not like undigestible. That's a good word. It's not undigestible. It's like the commercials that we're paying and the promos, other than the beginning, aren't making much sense, but in-ring solid, and whatever they're doing, they're slow burning, I guess, which at times can be tough to deal with, especially with so much that they got to do in the next month. But they're also trying to slow burn at the same time, and it's just
Yeah.
you're gonna have nights like this that are just like yeah, it's okay, it was fine.
Yeah.
Perez with a unique move
Yeah, most definitely. It'll happen.
Rhea desperately trying to get into the match. Io needs a tag. Julia and Roxanne have been in complete control. Snapmare by Io Sky. Separates a little bit.
A little bit of separation. Roxanne trying to prevent Io from making the tag. Realizes they don't want Rhea in the ring. To no avail. Sky's almost there. Julia makes the tag. Julia sent out of the ring.
I was so confused as to what happened with that hot tag, but I'm not even going to talk about it.
Mommy's home! Well, I guess Julia didn't make the tag. Roxanne's still legal.
Ooh.
Doesn't matter. Mommy's about to...
what? Release German suplex by Ripley.
Chop. Rhea Ripley.
And there's the power of the Eradicator.
Hold on, Razor's Edge. Shout out to Razor Ramon. Ooh.
She sent Perez almost fully
Shout out
across
to
the
Priest,
ring.
too.
Follows it up with a basement drop
Tight
kick.
shit.
I mean, she has said they're literally best friends outside the ring. So.
Oh yeah, the
Almost ending this
Terror
thing
Twins
as soon as
Pharrell.
she gets in. Razor's Edge across the ring to Roxanne Perez. I have no idea how she kicked out of that.
Not gonna lie, she looked starched with that Razor's Edge. It was almost like
Wait, no, wait a minute. I mean this in all seriousness. Okay.
And the Let's Go Mommy chants here tonight.
Is it just me, or does Rhea look a little leaner than usual?
Left boot on the button.
Yeah, but Perez may make
Oh yeah, at Mania you could tell she kind of like toned up a little bit more.
does, bouncing her off the top turnbuckle.
Rhea's so explosive.
Like she's still strong, but it's definitely it's a more it's a not more feminine, because I don't want to make it seem like she doesn't look like a woman, because I mean clearly she's a woman, but it's less bulk. I'll put it like that. I see what you're talking about.
From up there.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah.
Dangerous position here for Roxanne Perez.
You know, some people will be like, oh, she looks like
Who lands on the apron.
my next door neighbor named Jason, and it's like, all right, bro, like.
And then she delivers a solid shot
Why
to
bring
Rhea's
Jason
jaw.
into this?
Oh, that was the first thing that came to my head. That was the first thing that came to my mind. The Hurricane Rana was nutty though.
No wasted motion, went right for the cover there to try to put Rhea
I was
away.
about to say, if Jason looks like Rhea Ripley, we have to be best friends.
Kick to the face. Now the double team.
All right, there you go. There's your
What
one.
the hell? Okay.
There's your one. There's your one. There's your one.
I thought y'all already were best friends. That's yeah. You'd have to stamp it more. Oh, triangle moonsault.
Delivered to Rhea. Cover now by Perez. Is it enough to put her away? And a kick out by Ripley. And what
That's
a
insane.
debut it would be for this team if they could knock off Ripley and
I don't know
Sky
if
tonight.
Jason are best friends.
Absolutely. Great tag team wrestling here by Julia and Roxanne. Beating down Rhea Ripley. Very rare that we see this.
And again, this has been non-stop offense by Perez. She hasn't given Rhea Ripley any space to breathe.
No time to breathe. Stay on her. If you have an advantage over Rhea Ripley, an advantage over Mommy, you need to stay on her.
Oh.
Because we all know that Mommy can flip the script.
Hey, when the fishnets rip.
Now Roxanne focused on Ripley in the corner. A big running uppercut.
Oh.
Yeah, like her fishnets just have like a weird. I didn't even see when the hole got on the fishnets for real. He just showed up.
I don't know. I was
Rhea with
not
a desperation
paying
dump
attention.
of Roxanne. Io Sky
that.
desperately wanting to get into the fight.
Roxanne trying to make a tag to Julia. And does. Julia's legal. And so
Woo.
is Io Sky, the world champion.
Oh
The
dang.
genius of the Sky now looks
Oh,
to pick up the
Shote.
pace.
Her to right hand, such a clean uppercut.
Palm strike. Shout out to Cheeseburger. Ooh. Corkscrew. Oh, never mind. Back elbow.
Io gonna go where she's comfortable, up to the top rope. Sky with that missile drop kick.
Kip up, flip up. Io Sky. Louisville's with her.
And Roxanne Perez trying to blindside Io. But
what the hell? Oh, wow.
What a DDT by Perez.
Oh.
I should say basement drop kick by Sky. Julia roll up may have her here. Shoulders down.
Oh, yep, schoolgirl cover.
Got a kick.
That tilt towards DDT came out of nowhere though. Oh damn.
Put Io Sky away. Middle of the ring. Sky able to counter into a waist lock. Standing switch by Julia.
Ooh.
Sky rolls through.
Ooh.
In the midsection.
Great wrestling here from Julia and Io Sky.
Hold on, yep.
Where are we headed, Cole?
Over the moon.
Top the genius of the Sky, ready to fly.
You know what though?
Over the moonsault, cover.
Now what's up?
Hook of the leg. Perez saves the matchup.
Like, okay, so the way they booked this match is like Rhea's Rhea, right?
Right.
Not the legal competitor.
But the way they're booking this
but certainly enough
is
to
like who's looked the strongest out of all four?
This time, able to counter.
Roxanne. Oh.
In this match, no. The champ. The champ is like seems like the focal point of this match, and I like that.
Yeah.
Julia's
I mean, yeah. 'Cause, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, for like, yeah, if you talk about from a team perspective, yeah. But I mean, oh damn. But I feel like, yeah, overall it's been mostly like Roxanne and Io that have gotten like the majority of like the spots.
We're a team. Let's do this together, says Io and Rhea.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of did wish I would have seen like a little bit more of like Julia, since this is her Raw debut in the main event. So.
Ripley taken out by
But I mean, it could be a matter of time, I guess.
Special from Rhea and Io.
Io trying to knock Perez away. She did successfully.
Oh wait, hold on.
Top rope's got Io hooked.
Oh, hold on.
Nice move here from the top rope by Julia.
Oh! Double underhook off the tippy top. Michinoku driver. Oh, that's Emerald Flosion. Never mind. Emerald Flosion.
Power of Julia.
Cover, hook of the leg. Roxanne Perez.
Rhea Ripley. Io Sky.
Perez up from underneath the bottom rope, and now Roxanne with that missile drop kick to Rhea. And Rhea with a kick out of Perez.
These four women are beating the hell out of each other.
Yeah, tremendous tag team match tonight. Julia with a knee to Ripley.
No idea who has the current advantage.
Let's go pendulum backbreaker.
Io Sky now up that backbreaker.
Feels like Io Sky powered off the chance from Louisville.
Io into the corner, launched out to the apron by Julia. Io now gonna climb to the top. Rhea makes the tag. Sky up over the top.
Roll through.
Rhea Ripley's legal. I don't think Julia realizes it.
Oh,
my goodness. Roxanne just took out Julia thanks to Ripley. And now yelling at Julia. Roxanne didn't realize what happened, but
Rhea Ripley outsmarted.
Oh, what a headbutt.
Clean headbutt to Julia from Mommy.
Oh, and down goes Julia off Riptide.
Here are your winners, the team of the Women's World Champion, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley.
Well, Julia and Roxanne have nothing to be ashamed about tonight. They took the world champ and the former world champ to the limit here tonight, but Io and Rhea just a little bit tougher in this matchup to pick up the victory in our main event.
What a great main event we had. So much damage inflicted on both sides. Great tag team wrestling displayed. And in the end, Rhea and Io Sky outsmart Julia and Roxanne. Headbutt into the Eradicator as Io Sky made sure Roxanne Perez couldn't interfere. Stacks up Julia.
And Riptide for the win.
It was an interesting finish. I'm not gonna lie.
Team here tonight. But make no mistake about it, Pat. Rhea Ripley wants the world title back.
Wait a minute. Oh, that was in my ear.
Well,
interesting finish. I'm not gonna lie, to be honest. I don't know. Like, I feel like Julia did get like moments of offense, but I don't really know if that was. It's not a bad debut, but it's not like a exceptional plans for the future type of debut either. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Granted, it's a tag team match. They gotta vary things out more, but I don't know.
It was alright. It was fine.
I mean, I feel like the match is. I mean, the match itself was still like very much. Very much. I feel like it was very much on par with the other two matches that we've had over the last couple of weeks. Probably the last 3 matches, honestly, that have involved like the NXT women across the Monday Night Raws. I feel like it's still on par. Outside of the fact that, I mean, this is like the first tag team match that they've had with this iteration. Because I think the last tag team match with, I think it was Io and Jordan versus the two of them, it might have been a little bit better, slightly. But yeah, I feel like it was still on par.
I would probably agree.
Yeah, I feel like it was still on par, more or less. But I mean, Rio's come back from like doing like the promo work. This, like I said, this is Julia's first match on Raw. Well, main event debut for Raw. So I mean, it's a lot of variables, a lot of things that can go into it. I definitely do think Rhea and Julia will mix it up more at some point, eventually. Get some things shaken.
Yeah, it was, you know.
It wasn't like it wasn't like a crazy Raw by any stretch of the imagination, but I mean, it had its moments. If I had to.
Yeah.
It had its moments.
Couple head scratchers, good in ring. You know, there's a lot of stories they're gonna tell, like now and then going forward. They did their best to like try to fit it all in.
Yeah.
And obviously, Money in the Bank qualifiers start next week, so now that's added to it, so they can start getting to that too.
Yeah. But yeah, at least we know. I mean, at least moving forward, like Saturday night's main event, more or less is the focal point now because obviously that's next week or the week after next week.
Yeah,
okay, next week.
Next Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, so obviously like they're moving forward towards that as far as the tag team match. Basically, anything we didn't get at Backlash, we'll probably get next week, which is what I kind of expected. So.
Well, yeah, because there's Sheamus and Waller next week. There's Braun and Jay. I don't know if Lyra's going to show up because she might have broken her nose. I don't know if that's confirmed.
I think it might have been at least visually you could tell like her stuff was a little bit crooked when they were taking her out the ring or whatever. So, but I mean, they could probably like kayfabe it and be like, "Oh, this is for like her being in the disarmor for like 4 minutes or whatever."
So you're right. So we're gonna have, the beginning of the Money Bank qualifier. You've got Sheamus and Waller. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Kaiser interferes and you get a little mini Kaiser Sheamus thing going. I don't know. Braun and Jay, and then you have Judgment Day against AJ and Penta all next week for sure.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just checking for something. All right. Yeah. So that kind of wraps it up for Raw. This edition of Raw. Trying to think. Is there anything? I'll just leave it as a surprise. More or less, I'll leave it as a surprise. Appreciate everybody that stopped by. Also, I forgot because I kept seeing it and for the reason I didn't say anything. Should probably watch it back, but hope you have a good rest of your evening. Cause I low-key read it, but I didn't really look at it. 'Cause I was thinking about the other stuff, but yeah. Appreciate everybody that stopped by. All the likes, conversating with us, even though actually not like I was gonna say a little more unhinged than usual, but I'm like, I mean, it's always unhinged. I'm not gonna make it seem like that.
Yeah, we are who we are. That's what makes us unique.
Yeah,
we are who we are.
Yeah, these would never be normal. Just being honest. But yeah, yeah, appreciate everybody that stop by and everything. Like I said, pretty much, obviously, there will be more content, obviously, between Tuesday, Friday, and next Friday, and then inevitably Friday for SmackDown as well. G, any things you want to add, more or less?
I was a good boy tonight. Except for shilling for sponsorships, I was a good boy tonight. I just want that out there.
Yeah.
I was a good boy tonight. There was no gooning tonight. None whatsoever. No gooning.
This man was head hunting some Arby's. This man talking about he was
for a sponsorship, brother. For a sponsorship. You made it weird. Don't get it twisted. I will contact Arby's and Cash Out looking for a sponsorship. Don't think I won't do it. And direct them to this damn stream. Be like, hey, we're growing.
Like you want to DM Arby's about like let me. Actually, I can't do that joke. I can't do that joke. I can't. That joke would have been OD. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, don't. Come on, don't get it twisted. If Arby's was willing to sponsor even a little bit, we'll do what we got to do.
Oh yeah, I mean they can give you the meat sandwich, and I can just give them the promo code. Hey, let me do the promo code, and then you take down a brisket sandwich or something. I feel like that's a good trade-off.
If I have to on air, I'll do it. for the brand and the sponsorship, but shit, why not?
Tight shit. But yeah. Once again, wraps it up. Also, as always, in the description, you can find the commentary positions, Twitter and Instagram in the description down below. Still trying to figure out what to do content-wise for maybe at least Twitter or Instagram. I don't really know what to like really do with it yet, as far as like post-wise. But we'll probably talk about that at some point. As always, if it's not like based off of what you see on the bottom of the screen on the left and the right side, the links to our social medias are also in the description.
Yep.
Yep. Hope you have a good rest of your evening, afternoon, morning, whenever you come across this live or video, should I say. And we will see you all for. Oh wait, hold on. Let me make sure I got everything up. Can I do it from here? Let me see. I think I can. Making sure I got this sorted. Nope, there is no way to do it. Alright, let me pull it up on my. Let me pull it up on here. Put it up on here. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Night
We
boy,
do our
stay
best.
classy. Yeah, I need to be better. I need to be better. But yeah, it took me a minute to like pull up everything. I had to pull up this freaking tab to make sure everything was all good and stuff. But all right, good night, everybody. See you guys on Friday for another live. But of course, we'll see you guys during the week, as always. What's a good tagline?
What's a good tagline?
Like a good ending thing.
I don't know. I'll think of one.
But yeah, I'm gonna think about that later at some point. But all right, yep. Good night, everybody.
Good night, y'all.